The Bob and Tom Show. With us in the studio, one of our favorite comedians, a guy named Jim Gaffigan.
I'm moving a little slow this morning. I have to admit, I had a Hot Pocket for dinner last night. I've never really eaten a Hot Pocket, and then afterwards I'm glad I ate that. I was like, I think I'm going to die. I paid for that? Did I eat it or rub it on my face? My back hurts. Hot Pocket. Rarely see the Hot Pocket on the menu when you go out to dinner.
That's true.
Let's see, I will have the Caesar salad and the Hot Pocket. Our specials, we have a sea bass, which is broiled, and we have a Hot Pocket, which is cooked in a dirty microwave, and that comes with a side of Pepto. Is your Hot Pocket cold in the middle? It's frozen, but it can be served boiling lava hot. Will it burn my mouth? It'll destroy your mouth. Everything will taste like rubber for a month. Hot Pocket. There's the vegetarian Hot Pocket for those of us that don't want to eat meat but still would like diarrhea. Should just come with a roll of toilet paper. Diarrhea Pocket. The lean pocket. I don't even want to know what's in there.
Yeah, they're lean pockets.
Imagine the directions. Take out a box, place directly in toilet. Lean pocket. Recently, they introduced the breakfast Hot Pocket.
I was not aware of that.
Finally.
Oh, yes, the breakfast Hot
Finally.
Pocket, sure.
I can't think of a better way to start the day. You know, good morning. You're about to call in sick. Hot Pocket. Now you can have a Hot Pocket for breakfast, a Hot Pocket for lunch, and be dead by dinner. Dead Pocket. I love that song. You think they worked hard on that jingle? What do you got so far, Bill? Hot Pocket. That's good. That's good. That's catchy. Not as good as your By Menon, but it's good.
By Menon. That is a good one.
Hot Pocket.
Hi, it's the Bob and Tom Show. The ladies are in fine voice today. Hello, Christy.
Hi, chick.
Hello, Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Chick.
Oh. Hello, Ace Cosby.
Chick.
Willie Griswold.
Chick McGee.
There he is. I'm Chick. I'll have a smidge of sports for you.
That's how you got to Smidge.
Smidge.
Okay.
Smidge was Moose's girlfriend, right? In Archie.
Yeah, Archie.
Yeah, that's what I
Midge.
thought. Yeah.
She was hot.
I think she was much hotter than Betty or Veronica.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
She had to take care of Moose. Come on. You know, you got that nickname, don't you?
Yeah,
The
Moose
shower.
was more than basic with his feelings, I would guess.
You ever see Midge sitting? No.
Well, we're off.
Well,
Just saying.
all right.
Pretty obvious, even to the most casual observer. Well, good morning.
I don't recall what Midge looks like. Let me look.
Oh, she was cute.
Was she?
Yeah, yeah.
Tom in the new Riverdale version of Archie.
Of course you're
Moose
watching it.
Plays for the other team.
What?
Does he now?
Really?
That's a bold move.
What, he plays baseball? I don't get it.
Anything to switch it up, I guess. Okay. Well,
Oh,
thank you.
I'm mad that a comic that came on Bubblegum has a gay character now. My Bubblegum characters are straight.
What's going on?
Well, times change.
You know what Midge's last name is?
Polish.
Klump.
Midge Clump.
K-L-U-M-P. Midge Klump.
One of the teachers, Miss Grundy.
Miss Grundy, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Weatherby.
Miss Clump. Well, yeah, Archie has evolved into many different forms, including a, what was it, a 70s era band, the Archies. Yikes.
Yes. Sugar,
Sugar.
sugar. Oh, sorry.
Sugar.
Turned down by the Monkees.
Turned down by the Monkees.
Famously.
Turned down famously by Mike Nesmith, I
I
guess.
think that could be the first 45 I ever purchased.
Really?
Yes. Because we
Catchy
lived
tune.
across the street from a DJ, so he used to give me all my 45s. So they were all scratchy, but I still got them for free.
Really?
And I think the first one I really bought.
How old were you when he
let's
came over? And,
Oh,
A trade program.
Hey, we're in my school, you jerks.
Hey, come on over here, honey.
Got time for 45?
Why do I bother?
No, Pat, this is actually gives me a good opportunity here to bring something up, Pat. Are you in good voice this morning?
I'm fine, yeah. Just give me a second to warm up.
What the hell is that?
I don't know, Christy. It just came on me.
You remind me of that old lady who was like 100 years old. They went to the nursing home. Oh, here she is.
I am tired.
Poor thing. Are you in really good voice already? You need a little time.
Well, I think so, yeah.
Okay, good. Because I should point out Pat Godwin's album right now, right behind George Carlin. There's a documentary about Mr. Carlin out there right now, and his albums are selling like crazy and getting downloaded. Pat's album, #1 on one of those charts because it's the new comedy album is called Captured Live. You got a song from one of your previous records I thought we might feature here, based on a news story yesterday about an older woman who just graduated from college. I don't know if you remember this story. We talked about it late in the show yesterday.
A lady from Maryland.
Yeah, she's
82.
Yeah, 82 years old and just got her undergraduate degree. Good for her. I don't think she's going to go for a PhD, but
Never know.
Yeah, her name is let's see, May Beal. M-A-E, May Beal, and University of Maryland, as Christy indicated, got a bachelor's degree in business management. She said, "I'm like the tortoise, slow and steady wins the race." But I was thinking, your classic song about older folks dating.
That's on this Captured Live record. It closes it, yeah.
Oh, I did. Well, that's perfect then. Because if you're ready, I've got the orchestra ready.
Okay.
You know, that's a name you don't hear often. May's not really.
It's it was my mom's name.
Is
it? It's the middle name of one of my daughters.
May?
M-A-E.
M-A-E, yeah.
It was my mom's name.
Huh. That would be your grandmother.
Well, yeah, but I've got two grandmothers, and by indicating that it was my mother's name,
Your maternal.
The maternal grandmother, the matriarch.
Big. You want to use the big words? That's fine. I'm just trying to make it clear to people.
As Josh will tell you, there's a word for everything, and some words mean different things. Remember, he told me that one morning on the air.
Boy, if I had known, he'd never forget it.
Oh no!
Wouldn't have said it.
It's a good lesson.
Brings up the word dickhead for some reason. Pat, are you ready?
It's ready. Sweater broad swing. You can take off your clothes, cause I can't see a thing. The hour is late, let's just do it on our first date. I may have Alzheimer's and repeat myself. I may have Alzheimer's and repeat myself. I may have Alzheimer's and repeat myself. I may have Alzheimer's and repeat myself on our first date. You guys have been great.
Patty G live in the studio right now. A great arrangement by Steve Ali featuring the famous Bob and Tom Brass to Mouth horns. I'll
see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you. The Brass to Mouth horns will be joining us Friday for a special edition of this show. I'll give you some details on that coming up. Right now, I'll remind you that is also featured on Pat's new album called Captured Live. Out there streaming, etc., etc. Check it out. Right now, I'd like you to check something out. That, of course, is HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a great way to, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of
finally decide what's for dinner.
Shake up your dining routine. What am I talking about? HelloFresh delivers the box. They've done the shopping. They've got the recipes all set for you. They've also done the measuring. Comes with big carts telling you what to do. Things like sweet heat shrimp, tempura bowls, one-pan cheesy beef tortilla melts. HelloFresh has a very special offer I'll tell you about in a second. Willie, what else have we been doing over there?
Yeah, one of my favorites is the sesame pork bowls. This has chili mayo, cilantro, and crispy onions. HelloFresh is going to send you 10 ingredients. You put those together in 4 easy steps, and in 25 minutes, you have this delicious pork bowl from our friends at HelloFresh.
Yum.
What are you into? Breakfast, lunch, dinner? They've got it all. 50 recipes to choose from, more than 50 every week, curated by expert chefs. What kind of food you want? You want low-cal, low-carb, but you want super family-friendly? Oh, yes. Comfort food? They've got it. Get started today. HelloFresh.com/BT Show 16. Why the BT Show 16? Well, special offer, 16 free meals, 3 free gifts. See what I'm talking about by checking out HelloFresh.com. They've done the shopping. They've done the measuring. You get to have some fun. Great for date night. Kids will even clean their plates. I can prove that to you. The code is BT Show 16. 16 free meals, 3 free gifts. HelloFresh.com/BT Show 16. That's like Bob Tom Show. BT Show 16. HelloFresh.com/BT Show 16. Coming up, a very cool camper in the news, of all things.
A camper?
Camper. Also, monkeypox, dolphin urine, marijuana. It's all happening when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on a Tuesday. Jessica Hooker on the way. Hooker the Cooker. She's from the Bits and Pieces podcast, which you can download for free and listen to at any time. bobandtom.com/podcast. Jessica Hooker on the way on a Tuesday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. The Boss is hitting the road again, this time bringing his E Street Band. They will launch an arena tour in February in the States, followed by a series of stadium shows starting in Europe in April. A second U.S. leg of the tour will then begin in August. Specific stops have not been announced. However, the Boss and his band haven't toured since 2017, and Bruce says he's looking forward to seeing his great and loyal fans next year. John Baptiste promises he will always give it his all to leave a profound and meaningful legacy after being named to Time magazine's list of most influential people of 2022. Other musicians on the list, Miranda Lambert, Mary J. Blige, Adele, and Questlove. And Lee Greenwood has his own signature firework. Greenwood and firework manufacturer Black Cat have teamed to create the Proud to be an American Lee Greenwood 42 Report firework. Greenwood calls it a beautiful assembly of red, white, and blue to honor our great country. It's available in limited release for Memorial Day and then wider release for Independence Day. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Boy, this week in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky sure has a lot of dummies in town. It's the annual ventriloquist convention.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show. I'm sorry? What did you say?
From the ventriloquism convention?
Yeah. And I'm not moving on this.
I can tell.
We can tell.
I can tell your lips are pretty still there. Jerry, what's the name of your partner?
Timmy.
Timmy?
It's Julie.
Can Timmy? Can Timmy speak into the phone? Hand him the phone.
We're going to drink some water.
Drink some water while talking to us. Okay, great.
Go ahead.
I'll have to call you back.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Can you tell us about Hawaii?
I get very confused over there, and I'm always trying to read signs, because all they have are vowels. You read signs, and some signs, they have an arrow that says E-I-E-I-O. Yeah, come on, where's that going to go? Obviously, to a pineapple farm. Yeah, what is that? And I'm always trying to, I'm trying to impress. I was with this girl, and I'm trying to impress her about how much I know about Hawaii. This is my second time there, and I'm like, I go, oh, now look here. This is the I-I-I-Pu'u lo O-O-K-A-Uti. And she said, that's lookout, you idiot. I guess I'm a little used to to read these signs around here.
I see.
And
Fascinating.
they have 2 airports on the island of Maui, and one is called like Hilly Willy Pooly, and then they call the other one Willy Willy Polly, and then I go to the wrong one, and I'm the idiot. You're supposed to be Hilly Willy Pooly, not Willy Willy Polly. They're going to be an hour and a half apart. They shouldn't sound exactly the same. Not Hilly Willy Pooly, Willy Willy Polly. I have a theory, and I think everything in Hawaii was named by Mel Tillis in a hurry. Is what happened. They just brought Mel over. Mel, what'd you call that? Okay, come on over here. Pie. Mel, what would you call that big beautiful bird? Well, I. Yeah, that's good. That's the I bird.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Comedian Diana Jordan is here with us. Now, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Since you've been here last, have you had any augmentation of any kind?
No.
Okay. Must be.
I'm wearing the Wonder Bra.
Is that? Are you kidding?
No. I just showed it.
Impressive.
Yeah. They call it the Wonder Bra because when you take it off, the guy wonders where in the hell you're.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Now, Dwight Slade is our guest. Dwight is a very healthy guy, but you were saying that you had a colonic?
I had a colonic. It's a water skiing accident that you do on purpose.
This is where they fill your lower cavity with...
Why don't you walk me through this?
With water.
No.
Is there an audio component to this as the revealing is taking place?
Like nothing I've ever heard.
Yeah, they play this.
There it goes now.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Stop.
Hi, welcome to hell. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's a party. You're invited.
No. There's Christy Lee.
Hi.
She's just enduring. She's getting by. There's Pat Godwin hanging in there.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Just having fun at this party. We're invited
right.
to.
You're just
What a party.
You're like all of us, just watching him work. It's something else. There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold. Mr. Oblivious. I'm Chick McGee at the Sports Desk, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee.
Ow.
Sorry.
But thank you. I needed that one going.
All right, everybody, shut up.
Okay.
Honey.
Okay. Now.
You are my pussy girl.
It's candy. Candy.
What's happening? What? Are you sure?
Yeah. Okay.
Let me look at that.
Remember,
Let me see those lyrics.
you remember last week when Dick Hitzwater was sitting in for Candy Skid Mark?
Oh, yes. How could we forget?
I think Hot Dog didn't sing Candy during that take. Did you hear the same thing I heard?
Yeah, well,
That was because that was in honor of the Archies, in honor of the comic book Archie, in honor of Midge.
He's walking us through Archie.
Who was Moose's girlfriend, because you said you only have a smidge of sports. So before we get to El Smidge of Sports,
El Smidjo,
we got a couple interesting things. First of all, congrats to Josh and Willie coming to us from upstate New York, where the boys were in concert, if you will, at Cacciatore's over the weekend. Let's see now. Sarah writes, my husband and I were at the show this weekend. Josh and Willie were hysterical.
Is that right?
Extremely down to earth at the meet and greet. I forgot to tell Josh he has beautiful eyes.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I wanted to wish him a happy birthday in person.
Let me see those.
They're just brown.
They're just,
Well, thank you very much.
They're attacked. They're just a touch beady.
But my lashes are absolutely.
Oh, yeah, you do have nice lashes.
You're like a giraffe.
You know, and your eyebrows are really something.
Thank you very much.
And I didn't really notice that till the puppet came out, and that really captures you.
By the way, we have a new puppet with a new poster featuring the puppets, and a couple of videos with the puppets. I'm talking about, of course, the Bob and Tom Show puppet troupe.
Yes.
Some new stuff on the way fairly soon. If you have not seen the puppets, though, I highly recommend going to our social media platforms.
Tom, I just looked up Midge from Archie Comics.
Right.
So hot.
Chick and I don't agree on much.
She has the short.
We've always agreed that. Yes, we always agreed Midge was the hottest of the.
I say that Betty and Veronica were the love interest, but whoever was drawing Archie, they slid Midge in there for them.
Well, Archie was always trying to steal Midge away from.
Oh, is that true?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Think, that's what I read. How does the? How does the song go? She goes out with other guys.
Run Around Sue?
Run Around Sue.
Yeah,
I
Run
think
Around
Midge put out. I think that's the key.
Because I always thought Sabrina the Teenage Witch, who's part of that Archie Comics universe, was hot. But Midge takes the cake.
Yeah, she's very hot. This is a character in a cartoon we're talking about.
I know, it's sort of embarrassing.
Yeah, it is, but she was very hot. Now, Chick McGee is at the sports desk. What's going on over there?
Oh, hey, we had the NBA playoffs last night.
Oh, we did?
Are you out there? Are you making predictions and placing your money where your mouth is at any point there, Wilbur?
I have been a lot. I still have some running bets. I have a $5 bet for the Heat to win everything.
No kidding.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Heat and Celtics keep going back and forth. I think that the Warriors are going to close it out tonight. But, yeah, we'll see. This is a real fun series.
It's one team beats the hell out of the other team, and it seems like every other time. Jason Tatum, they call him the Tater. Why can't that catch on? The Tater for 3. He mashed that one.
Boy. What was the movie where there was a character named Louis Tater?
Louis Tater?
That is...
I know that they used to say taters for home runs.
It was a Western, right?
Yeah, I'm looking it up, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Maybe it was a John Wayne movie.
It was Jeff Bridges, right?
Was it?
Yeah.
Watch where you're going, fancy.
I remember the name. Louis Tater, I think. I'm sorry, back to you.
And the reason they don't call him that is because there's already a basketball player that goes by the Tater.
The Tater? Oh, yeah?
Spud Webb.
Oh, he's retired.
He's long retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a nickname's a nickname.
Yeah. I feel like I'm suddenly trapped in a Reader's Digest. Humor in uniform.
Talk about Archie more.
See, this is what happens. I know you guys distract.
Yeah.
And then he feels like he needs to heckle. Jason Tatum, the Tater, he had 31, and the C's took their turn pounding the Miami Heat. Boston jumped out to a 26-4 lead. Well, that's got to be embarrassing. What the hell? They cruised to a 102-82 win that evened the Eastern Conference Finals at 2 games apiece. Miami missed 15 of their first 16 shots.
Hearts of the West, Tom.
That's it.
Yeah, with Andy Griffith and...
That's a great... Have you ever
it's a good flick.
Andy Griffith is great in that movie.
He is great in that.
What is the name of the movie?
It's called Hearts of the West. I saw it.
Jeff Bridges is like this
many years ago.
Would-be movie sort of star, country, or Western movie.
And he's an aspiring novelist. He's trying to write a book about the Old West. And there's, I don't want to say, there's a
Or is Andy Griffith the actor then? No, I thought they're making a movie, aren't they?
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Who's the other guy? It's very funny.
No, and then Andy
Why
Griffith.
do I remember that name after whatever it is, 40 years?
I don't know.
Donald Pleasance plays the producer.
And then Andy Griffith is shot to Earth in a spaceship, and he's found by a farm couple.
That's right.
He becomes a superhero. Yeah, you remember.
Oh.
Hearts of the West.
Don't ruin it.
Sorry.
It's a wannabe Western writer who finds himself cast as the leading man in several B-movie Westerns.
Yes.
Alan Arkin, Andy Griffith.
How long's it been since you saw Face in the Crowd with Andy Griffith?
Forever. This movie.
Got to go watch it.
This came out in '75. Wow.
Go do it now. Throw everything.
Louis Tater. That name has been floating around in my head for whatever.
Yes.
50 years. Okay.
Oh, good for you.
And you're right, Chick. Face in the Crowd. That's an annual watch for me.
It's amazing.
I got a Potato
He's
Story.
intense.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you got to
Face in the Crowd.
Face in the Crowd. Go watch it.
Potato Story?
You have a potato story?
For the Tater?
Okay. Jason Tatum, the Tater?
I can tie this all together. Authorities in Colorado report a semi-truck hauling a load of potatoes caught fire on Interstate 25.
And what did they say about that wreck there, Chick?
The cars mashed into each other?
Oh, most delicious accident.
I showed you a picture of the world's largest potato. I saw it a couple weeks ago in person. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was on the back of a big semi.
There's a guy who has a hauler.
Yes, driving around.
And he gasses it up every day, and he puts the world's largest potato.
Yep.
In the
Now,
back.
does it look...
I'll show you.
Is it well-shaped, or is it like when those pumpkins become giant, they just become blobs?
It's real stupid.
Is it a fiberglass potato?
No, it's a real potato.
No.
How's it not rotting?
There's no way this is real. This has to be a fake potato.
God, you guys.
That could really... you could do...
There it is.
Oh, my God. That's a real potato?
Let me see.
That's gigantic. It's
Let
as
me
big
see
as
the thing.
it's as big as a semi-tractor trailer.
It is.
It's
That can't be
gigantic.
real.
Oh, for gosh sakes, people, yes.
It's the size of a
What do you
blimp.
mean?
You could jump your car with that
is.
thing.
It has to be real.
Where does the giant potato go? Does it go to
It
county
goes
fairs or
apparently
something?
to major racetracks across the country. I don't know where it
And
goes.
people come up and go, look at that. Is that a potato?
Oh, I bet the jokes.
Once a year it
Anybody
goes.
got any giant bacon bits?
Once a year it goes to some sewage workers convention.
Yes.
That's the one that blocked, that's the one that blocked up Poughkeepsie.
You know, Josh walked up to this. Josh walked up to the giant potato with this woman was also looking at it, and Josh remarked,
Well, yeah, that's when there were two. They actually had side by side. Yeah,
because they've got the one west of the Mississippi, the one east of the Mississippi.
Right.
They get together
once a year.
They get together in Missouri, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, right there under
So
the arch.
both giant potatoes are right there. What were you doing?
Well, I said, oh my gosh, just admiring these
potatoes.
big potatoes. I go, ma'am, to the woman next to me. Those remind me of my testicles. She said, my goodness, they're that big? I said, no, that dirty.
So they apparently they hadn't cleaned the potato for the convention yet. They usually spray it down.
And for those of you naysayers, there's a big sign right there on the hauler that says, it's real. It's a real potato.
Oh, well, if there's a sign on it.
a sign of authenticity.
So you want to hear about the giant potato fire?
Sure.
Let's see, Interstate 24.
Was it a fire or a wreck?
Authorities reported the semi-truck hauling a load of potatoes caught fire on Interstate 25. Let's see. Firefighters were able to get the blaze under control. No injuries were reported. It will take several days to clean up the charred potatoes on the roadway.
Oh, there's chard. Oh, send out the salt trucks. Make a nice little dish
French
for
fries
everybody. Put some butter on
They're
top
concerned
of
that it was a one-truck accident. They're concerned that maybe the driver was baked.
Oh, yeah, that could have.
French fries.
Well, this isn't the first time he drove high.
No.
Twice baked.
Oh, boy, yeah, that's... Ace, this happened in L.A.,
oh, yeah?
Out there in California, you know, of course. Yeah. You know who they sent out to help with the fiery potato truck?
No.
Oh.
Chips.
That would have been better in England.
Why?
No.
Potato chips?
L.A. chips takes place. Well, it took place in Colorado. I'm furious.
No, that's the California Highway.
Eric Estrada.
French fried taters.
What do you like? What do you like better, steak and baked potato, or cheeseburger and French fries?
Oh, man.
Oh, steak and baked potato.
They're both very good.
Yeah.
What time of year is it? Is it summer or is it winter?
Speaking of that, Arby's is coming out with a Wagyu beef hamburger.
No kidding.
Yes. Yeah, they just announced it. It's going to be on a limited basis. It's going to roll out and then be gone by July 31st.
Tell you what, every specialty
the Wagyu
item
Steakhouse burger
they've come out with has been a home run.
Yep. It's supposed to be big.
That venison sandwich they had a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it.
There's something off menu called the Meat Mountain. You can order that, and it's got all their meats on it.
I love Arby's.
Yeah.
Those come with French fried taters.
And Arby's.
Can you do that voice, Pat?
Elvis is Sling Blade.
Sling Blade.
No,
some French fried potatoes.
Hardee's or Carl's Jr. or whatever is coming out with a dinosaur burger or something with all the meat on it.
They make it out of dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
For the new Jurassic World?
It's made out of dinosaur meat.
Oh, good point. They're expecting that to be the big movie this summer. Well, we were talking the other day about Carl from Sling Blade.
Yes.
I've already forgotten his name after just talking about it a couple days ago.
Carl Tater. Oh, is that not right?
All right. Let's move on.
All right.
Yeah, why don't they? Yeah, they have to have offered that to him.
I'll
Call
stick with
Matthew McConaughey and say, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you $20 million. And our next commercial is going to be, all right.
He's already making movies and doing Lincoln commercials. The man's busy.
Yeah, that would take 10 minutes for him to come in and do that.
No, you're right.
It'd be well worth it.
The only reason they're not doing the Oh Rida commercial is because Matthew McConaughey's schedule. You're exactly right.
I'm sure he'd, if the check were big enough.
You know, Tom, I don't think Willie likes the idea. I'm getting the impression.
Well, let's just move
Maybe
on.
Pat should do a Carl Sling Blade song. I think that we don't have that, do we?
Oh, yes, we do.
We do?
Or do we?
Yeah.
You have that lawnmower story.
Yeah, that was from last week. Why don't you do a sports story?
You know, put the big dark bush in it, the whole thing, right?
The J.T. Walsh character?
Yeah.
That's quite an opening scene, huh?
That is one fine scene. Could you do a sports story, and I'll dig up the thing for Pat?
All right. NHL, Andrei Vasilevsky had 49 saves. He's a very good goalie. And Tampa Bay, the Ning, complete a 4-game sweep of the Florida Panthers.
Yeah, he's a very good goalie if there weren't 70 shots on goal.
It's 2-0 victory.
Wow.
That sends the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champs back to the Eastern Conference Final for the 6th time in 8 years. They're very good. And Colorado beating St. Louis. In the Arch City, I get. What are they? What's St. Louis? Is
the Gateway to the West?
Gateway to the West. 6-3 last night, and the Lanch have a 3-game to 1 lead. In that series.
Okay, Mr. Godwin, you ready for that?
Got to do the story there, but
this is the Lawnmower Thief.
Yep.
This was a good story. A lawnmower thief in Texas apparently stole a lawnmower, but before he took it, he mowed the victim's yard.
That was nice.
That was
very odd. Security footage captured outside Port Arthur, Texas, shows the suspect taking the mower from the house, filling it with gasoline, mowing the front and backyards before leaving the property. This is an odd story. I can't figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
But, hey, you know, he filled it with gas.
Maybe he knew the guy, liked him, felt bad about it.
It could be.
Yeah.
They steal my car, by the way, fill it with gas. Then bring it back. You have a tribute to this, Ben?
I reckon I can try and sing something for you. There we go. Your grass will get cut tomorrow when I steal your lawnmower tomorrow. That'll be fun. I'll come in the night. I'm not much of a singer. I'm coming tonight, tomorrow. Break in your garage there, get some potted meat, you know, I reckon have a little something to eat. Take your lawnmower, cut it once and be done. I noticed your grass was tall and wavy. I can stick up my chin like this, and grin and say, lawnmower, lawnmower, I stole your lawnmower. It's only a blade. Some folks call it a sling blade. I call it a Kaiser blade. But blade away. I reckon I'm going to have to kill all you now. Call the number. I remembered the number.
A little tribute to the great Billy Bob Thornton and Sling Blade. Didn't you say that Sling Blade is not available?
You can find it, but it's kind of expensive because they must be out of print, the DVDs and Blu-rays. You can go on, you can buy a used one for like $50.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been keeping my eye out, though.
Okay, very good. Now, if you'd like to get a hold of us in the morning, or anytime for that matter, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We'd love to hear from you, see what's on your mind. Getting a lot of emails about people who have hit deer. It would seem that it's very common. A lot of letters about people who hit a deer, get their car fixed, and hit another one.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of them over here.
I only hit one over the years. I just tagged them. And
Me too. The one I hit got up, looked offended, and ran back into the woods.
I thought I didn't have much, $3,500.
I almost hit a deer, stopped like 10 feet from it,
and
I swear to God, the deer looked at me and fell down.
What?
I went, oh, this is bull crap. You're trying to get me in trouble.
He's been watching all those lawyers on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
A whiplash deer?
Yeah.
You think it was out of fear?
I have no idea.
No, he wanted to cash in.
Yeah.
Have you been injured in an accident?
If I see him in one of those neck braces coming to my door.
Yeah, maybe he was working with fiberglass.
And just as he passed out, call Ken Nunn.
All we do is... No, I'm sorry, is that sports?
No, not yet. We need to take a break quick.
Doesn't 1969.
You are my candy girl, but I want more than just your fist.
What do you think?
What?
That's right.
I disliked that song then, and I still do.
Really?
Yeah, it's adorable.
What kind of an ogre? A horrible man.
That's nice.
Like sugar.
They always do those lists of the best fictional songs, like from fictional bands or whatever, and that's always top 5.
Always got to be top 5.
Well, if you mean bands that are fake bands from movies, you mean?
Yeah, like the band from that Tom Hanks movie, the band.
Oh, that thing you do.
What about Josie and the Pussycats?
I
Was that
love
a
the
real
band from the Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah,
the Wonders.
Yeah.
Josie and the Pussycats. They wear ears for hats.
They wear it for hats.
Remember the Wonders? They were going to do it like a cool 60s thing and call them the Wonders, O-N-E.
Yeah.
One, like one.
There's that great line, hey, you're part of the O-Neaters. Not so netters.
More sports coming up.
Okay, maybe we'll hear something that is fun other than sugar, sugar.
Oh, well, we could play this.
Our love is alive.
Yeah!
Stop it.
Stop.
Boy, oh boy, you don't like the Archies? You don't like Susie Quattro?
No.
What do you?
Oh, that's Susie.
He likes Laura Branigan, doesn't he?
No.
Oh, your Lakeshore Drive showed up on my radio yesterday. I was like,
no kidding.
what?
Oh, no, see, I love that.
Oh,
I
know what
have
I did?
Laura Branigan.
Skip.
Oh. But, you know something? That's
Skip Haynes?
That's an insult to Josh.
Well, it wasn't.
No, you're direct. That is mean.
That's all right.
Sorry. I'm not.
Apparently, that was a regional hit. I grew up with it, so I love it. But
okay, well, coming up.
Coming up, I'm going to give you a hint. Here's what's going to happen when we come back.
Oh, my goodness. What are you trying to do to me?
What do you give you a hint? It might include Josh dancing. I don't know.
Go crazy.
I think
I don't know.
Right now, I know what it could be on your porch this afternoon. A package. That's right. Something nice from Bespoke Post. It's called the Box of Awesome. Inside awesome stuff. How do you get it? You take the quiz. Tell me more, Chick McGee.
Well, this is one thing that when you get home, you won't go out to your, get off my porch. You won't say that with your Box of Awesome when it's delivered. You know, they partner with small businesses and emerging brands to bring you the most unique goods each and every month. No matter what you have going on this season, Box of Awesome has you covered. Camping gear essentials. Maybe it's a beach day. Maybe it's a cookout day. Maybe it's a gardening day.
What'd you get in your box, Josh?
Well, let me tell you a little about the Forge. This Damascus steel knife is made by Buck and Bear Knives, located in Pennsylvania.
Oh, the Buck and Bear. They're the Buck and Best.
That's potentially their slogan.
I don't know.
How do they know what I want, Christy?
Because you took a quiz at boxofawesome.com. Those answers help them pick just the right Box of Awesome for you. They release a new box every month across a ton of different categories. So get your Box of Awesome and support small businesses. 90% of everything that comes in your Box of Awesome is from a small and up-and-coming brand. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code Bob and Tom at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code Bob and Tom for your 20% off your first box.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Mm-hmm.
When we come back, we're going to hear...
There's a sling blade in there.
We're going to see Josh dance. I'm very excited. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Norman, honey, what you doing? It's getting late.
I'm downstairs, honey. Just getting some cereal. Snookums.
Thank God he found it. I was getting desperate. I hope this works. You know, Judy tried it with Ted, and she said he's become insatiable.
Boy, will Snookums be in for a treat, because her hubby is chomping on the new cereal for men who are sexually dysfunctional. It's Nuttin' Raisin, honey.
This sure is tasty. Honey, I'll be right up.
Nuttin' Raisin Honey, the cereal that gets you up in the morning, or any time for that matter. Nuttin' Raisin Honey. Eat them from the bowl or right out of the box.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
That's right. Rolling through a Tuesday morning. My name is Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, and we certainly hope you'll join us on Friday morning as the Bob and Tom Carb Day broadcast gets underway. It's a Bob and Tom exclusive. The Bob and Tom Carb Day broadcast live from Speedway, Indiana. Special guests including actor Drew Powell, Al Unser Jr., two-time winner of the Indianapolis 500, scheduled to appear, as well as Duke Tomato and the Power Trio and more. It's the Bob and Tom Carb Day broadcast coming up Friday morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Join us, won't you? Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Americans becoming less supportive of punishing Russia for launching its invasion of Ukraine. If it comes at the expense of the U.S. economy, a sign of rising anxiety over inflation and other challenges. It's according to a new poll from the AP Nork Center for Public Affairs Research. It finds that while broad support for U.S. sanctions has not faltered, the balance of opinion on prioritizing sanctions over the economy has shifted. Americans interviewed by the AP detail how they've had to cut back on driving and spending and want the White House to focus on domestic concerns, even as people do have sympathy for Ukraine. Asian shares mostly lower as worries over inflation temper optimism over President Joe Biden's remark he was considering reducing U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports. Benchmarks fell in Tokyo, Seoul, Shanghai, and Hong Kong, but rose slightly in Sydney. Oil prices and U.S. futures lower. Biden announced a new economic and trade initiative with the region Monday while on a visit to Japan. He also confirmed to reporters he planned to discuss the issue of punitive tariffs imposed on China during former President Donald Trump's administration with Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen once he returns to Washington. The comments raised optimism over a possible easing of tensions between the world's two biggest economies. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's Dan Greeter. Dan,
Good morning.
Dan, how are you?
Good.
Dan, first off,
Nice. Yes.
You're from Cleveland, but you went to school
At Ohio State,
How'd that go?
Columbus. I loved it there. I'm a big football fan. I love college football. You know, we should have a college football team. I was in Boston a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was turning around, I went down to Cambridge. You know, I was walking the Harvard campus there, you know, pretending. And,
Sure.
and it dawned on me, Harvard, they didn't put anybody good in football, do they, Harvard, huh? Ivy League, bunch of wimps. Not Big Ten, you know, Pac-10's big business. You got the football program. Every, you know, people may take a class or two.
Right.
You know, as Harvard, you got the school football game might break out on the weekend. I think if Harvard ever played like Ohio State in football, the play-by-play be something like, and Harvard's quarterback has dropped behind the line again for a loss of 40. Harvard's man there, of course, is Chad Elmhurst. Chad is an academic All-American at Harvard, majored in physics with a minor in mathematics. And Bob, they tell me he's actually graduating a year early. And he's not going anywhere right now because he was flattened by Big Moose McCauley. Moose is a sixth-year redshirt freshman, majoring in scuba diving. And Bob, there's a nice shot in the stands of his wife and 5 kids. Yeah. He drives a Lexus.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives, and it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
What'd you do, dog?
So I screwed up. You know how too many times I say the wrong thing.
Yeah. Right.
Well, Kathy's into this mail order stuff again.
Right.
Yeah.
She's into this big time. I came home the other day. There was a case of breast enlargement cream on the kitchen table.
There was breast enlargement cream.
Yeah, sitting right there on the table. I said, "What the hell is this for?" She said she rubs it on her breasts. They get bigger. I said, "Just use toilet paper. It's been working on your butt for 8 years."
Oh, that was
Hi, this is Rodney Carrington, and you are listening.
Oh, boy.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hey, Chicky.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. And he's also got that Omaha steak joke of the day. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, Chickster.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Got a letter suggesting we change it to the Ace Cosby joke of the hour.
Ugh.
Okay.
Got a bunch of those.
Is that right?
Thousands of emails requested that?
Thousands have poured in. Same people who fart holes in their underwear, right?
I think it might be fun.
Was it from KissFan06 at bobandtom.com?
Signed not Ace.
Signed Schmace Schmosby.
Abe Crosby.
Abe Crosby? I like it.
Oh, that's funny. Next Halloween, Ace, you could be Abe Crosby.
How are you? I'm Abe Crosby.
What, dress as Abe Lincoln and carry a golf club?
Just as,
Yeah.
The Abe Lincoln suit would be pretty funny.
On Ace?
The big tall hat.
Plaid
Yeah, we
pants.
can make it happen.
Okay.
They did it with Hamilton, didn't they?
That's right.
And it made you furious, didn't it, Josh?
Oh, I refuse to see it.
That just irks you, doesn't it?
I'm in the middle of that book. Not the
Oh, sure,
not
yeah.
the stage play, but the book about that was based on about. It's amazing.
Well, what book is it?
What is
It's the biography of
Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton.
Okay.
The bravery of those guys. Hamilton and Washington just ride horses into the battle, bullets flying everywhere. It's just incredible.
Well, they're nuts. That's why.
Different times. Now, you were playing the Archies, which was kind of making me gag.
I was playing the Archies. And then you got sassy, so I said, well, if you're not going to have fun with that, why don't you have fun with...
Oh, my.
Uh-oh.
Coughing for that ass?
Let's get it going.
Arms are moving.
You can keep me rolling.
There he goes. Josh is up at his feet.
The big man is standing.
Get the arms moving.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good dancer.
Look at how high his knees go.
Kind of reminds me of Alan.
Well, I'll twist for you, baby. Hit a rip for you, baby. Take another shot, get lit for you, baby.
Every time I dance, these headphones shock the hell out of me.
Why don't you take them off? Oh, then you can't hear the music.
Now, you just... didn't you just go to this concert?
Yeah, had a great time. Spent a little time on the bus. That's right.
Oh, really? Look at you.
Big time.
Did you do drugs?
Just answer the question.
Admission to the bus usually involves knee pads and mouthwash.
I was going to say, you...
Tell me, Christy, how does
No, I don't do buses.
Oh, I see.
Is that right? Oh, no, she's a limo girl.
No, that's a beautiful song there. That's better than the Archies. But how about this baby? Oh, this is a beauty. Recognize this one?
No!
Maybe from the beginning of a Woody Allen movie.
God.
I feel like a cartoon character is going to sell me cigarettes.
Hang on a second.
8 more minutes.
Big horns.
Listen, sister, you should wear a smile.
It's Bull Moose Jackson.
For joy,
Why are we playing this?
Because we mentioned Moose from Archie's.
And there we got from that to that?
You don't know how his brain works yet? You've been here longer than me.
I've not
That's
figured it
Big
out.
Fat Mamas are back.
What?
I say they never left.
Yeah, Willie likes that.
Heavy gnats.
Heavy gnats.
You know, sometimes the big fat mamas have the heavy gnats, and I'm not going to complain about that.
Bull Moose Jackson, Christy. Some good stuff.
Whatever.
We could always play Big 10 inch.
Got me the strangest woman.
Oh, I love this one.
Believe me, this chick's no cinch.
Yeah.
But I really get her going when I take out my big 10-inch record of the band that plays the blues.
Are you disgusted?
Devil. No,
I like
Bull
that
Moose Jackson's
song.
awesome.
I like that.
Okay, now here we go. Now this is the one that will really put me in a good mood.
There's more.
Here we go.
There ain't no road just like it. Anywhere I find.
How was this a hit?
I have no idea.
Just slipping on by with Josh.
Isn't that great?
Slipping on by.
And that the song called Lakeshore Drive, a regional hit for those of you unfamiliar with it.
At best.
And revived in the movie Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a custom version made just for Josh.
Yes, thank you.
And LSD also is a drug, which Josh could have done on Paul Cawthon's tour bus. Did you do any drugs, Josh? Answer the question.
Gentleman never tells. About the
LSD
cocaine you did off the ass of a groupie.
There you go.
But you did not do the cocaine. You did the LSD.
I did the cocaine country dancing.
LSD suppository.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Wow, keeps you high for weeks. I'm sorry. We were, unfortunately, where were we in the
NFL update? Nick Foles is reuniting with Frank Reich. That's right. That combo helped the Eagles win the 2017 NFL Super Bowl. Reich now head coach, of course, of Indianapolis, and the Colts signed free agent Nick Foles yesterday.
Two great quarterbacks, one team, huh?
To back up Matt Ryan. Yeah, that happens quite often. The Bears released...
trying to be positive.
Think of all the great Super Bowl winning teams with two quarterbacks, Chick. You never remember those. Yeah.
You know what they say? If you got two quarterbacks, you've got none quarterbacks. That's what I've always heard. But what do I know about the NFL? Tom's the expert.
Just saying, you guys have Carson Wentz over there in Washington. Good luck to you.
The Bears released the 10-year veteran. On May 1st. Wasn't good enough for the Bears.
That guy.
Hit the door, pal.
Now, Willie, do you already have a bet?
Oh, you got a Nick Foles jersey. You got to get one of those, man.
I got a Quentin Nelson jersey coming in the mail.
Oh,
I got
nice.
Well, me and Josh were on the drive back, man. I was getting some Colt stuff. I was on the phone. I was having a good time.
You were never going to die.
I might have a cooler, a hat, and some shoes coming.
Wow.
I'm never going to die. I'm never going to die.
I watched him piss away the check he made from the show over the weekend
So
in
quickly.
3 minutes.
Really? He's young.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, don't you? I know that one of the things you like to do, which I think is really fun, is do these very early bets on what's going to happen next season.
I like to do, you bet on futures. You can bet on, how many touchdowns are going to be thrown, who's going to win the Super Bowl. I like this. Summertime is a great time to be a Colts fan.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to watch the games yet. You can just live in the lore. You can wear the colors and have fun.
Everybody's a champion this time.
Are you allowed to wear jerseys outside of the season?
No. Absolutely not.
I'm not going to wear the jersey. I'm going to wear the hat.
Okay.
I'm going to carry the cooler.
I just asked.
Did you tell the girl she could talk? I didn't.
No, that was a fair question, Chris.
You know what? I'll take the day off.
As long as we're talking about the NFL, you quiet.
I guarantee she knows more about the NFL than I do.
Me too.
Probably me as well.
Are you happy with Carson Wentz on your team?
What am I going to... You sound like everybody else. What am I going to do?
You can't change it.
Well, they signed Carson Wentz, but Chick from Bob and Tom Show called. I guess we got to cut him. I can't do anything.
Are you cautiously optimistic, would you say?
I'm always cautiously optimistic.
Okay,
I'm more concerned about Terry McLaurin getting signed to a long-term deal, and they're going to that up as sure as I'm sitting here. You wait and see.
Okay, well, back to sports.
Nope, we'll come back with more.
Okay, you've got more sports?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A little bit.
Little tease on what's it about?
Huh? World record, Tom. Something that you're a part of, so you'll pay attention.
Okay, we got monkeypox in the news.
That's my goal.
We have a foamy road in the news.
Monkeypox.
Have you seen the pictures of monkeypox? Yikes.
Yeah,
do you get foamy?
When we come back,
foamy when you're monkeypox?
A pussy.
That sweet, sweet pussy.
You said you get pussy.
Pussy, yeah.
Hey, stop turning my mic off before we're off the air. I swear to God. You never know when the jokes are going to fly, my friend.
He doesn't. He has no idea. He has no idea.
All right, I'm waiting.
I'm waiting.
And that one, just for the listeners, that was a good one. It's a shame they didn't hear it. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Keep us with you at all times. Get the Bob and Tom app now at your app store. State law.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Floyd wanted me to tell you, Bob and Tom listeners, that Donnie Baker is going to be appearing this Thursday through Sunday, May 26th through Sunday, May 29th, at Comedy Off-Broadway right there in Lexington, Kentucky. So Donnie Baker going to be in Lexington all weekend long. Your chance to get there and see him live. Again, beginning Thursday night, May 26th, through Sunday, May 29th. Comedy Off-Broadway in Lexington, Kentucky. You'll find Donnie Baker. DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information. We roll through a Tuesday. Jess Hooker on the way right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom news update. 4 people fell off a Southern California ocean cliff before dawn yesterday in the Palos Verdes Estates area. 1 man was killed, 2 women critically injured. The 4th person was a man who suffered minor injuries. He was able to climb back up from the beach below and alert a passing officer about what was going on. The women were airlifted from the beach. Authorities say both are hospitalized in critical condition, and police are investigating the event as an accident. A man who, as a child, had a small role in the 1975 movie Jaws has ended up being the police chief of the Massachusetts island where part of the movie was filmed. Jonathan Seal got the job of police chief of Oak Bluffs last week. Says he's elated, humbled, and honored about that. In the movie, Cyril played one of the 2 boys who panicked beachgoers swimming around with a fake shark fin. We all remember that. And a small brewery in Finland is offering a taste of freedom with flavor. Olal Brewing is out with a NATO-themed beer to mark Finland's bid to join the Western Military Alliance. The Otan Lager features a blue label with a cartoon of a beer-drinking medieval knight in metal armor emblazoned with NATO's compass symbol. Even the name of the beer is clever. It's a play on Finnish expression Otan Oluta, which means I'll have a beer, and of course backwards from the French abbreviation for NATO, Otan. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Has this ever happened to you?
Scalpel, clamp, knife.
Ow! Hey! What the? Ah!
Waking up during an operation can be both traumatic and painful. Did you know that you have a choice when it comes to choosing an anesthesia? Introducing Ed Padural's Anesthesia City! Anesthesia City!
Hey, Eddie Padural here. When you need to get gooned on the goofy juice, it really helps to shop around. And there's no better time than now, as we're getting giddy at Anesthesia City. It's our once-a-year Malaise Days.
Malaise Days!
Bring in your Zoo Book coupon, and we'll knock off an additional 50% on scratch and dent ethers, penethols, and nitrous.
Anesthesia City!
And oh yeah, free balloons for the kids. Hey, if they're real young, make sure they don't suck on any of that balloon air, if you know what I'm saying.
Anesthesia City! Open every day, 10 until 10. 9.
Hey, I'm Ed Padural saying, so, what's it going to take for me to put you in a coma today?
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Right now, Killer Bees joins us in the studio.
Bees, how you doing?
Real good, man. Making up a
see it.
shopping list over here. My wife's eating in bed now. She's at that part of the pregnancy where they crave all this food. Some people have mirrors over the bed. We got a sneeze guard. Sleeping on those Posturepedic Sealamil, man. Hey, you ain't live till you're making love, and your wife says, "Go slow. I'm spilling my chili."
Jeff Rothman is our guest. Jeff is a fine comedian.
I actually had to do that once.
What?
Be a pallbearer. And that,
Oh, my
that's
God.
heavy.
Yes,
that's a
it's
heavy job.
Yeah, I actually had to go to a funeral, and I was asked to be a pallbearer, and I always a pallbearer.
Never the corpse. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bees are stupid. Them are not stupid. They're stupid. Them are not stupid. They're stupid.
Essential Morning radio.
They're stupid.
This is Bob and Tom 24.
No idea what just happened.
I can't explain to you the awfulness of the noise Tom made during those commercials.
Oh, my God.
It was vomit-inducing.
Inhuman?
It was awful.
It was like a burp scream.
I was clearing my throat.
There were like four things going on at once. A burp, a throat clearing, a yell.
Well, I'm glad that everybody else didn't have to hear it. That's the one. Yeah, something like that. Hey, Christy.
Hey, chick.
She's at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
We're going to have Bigfoot hunters knocking on the door.
I know.
Going, did you hear what we heard?
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Spielberg. I'd be happy to provide.
There's Josh
happy to
Arnold.
provide the sounds of
There's
the Pleistocene era.
Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold.
Sounded like Chewbacca when he finishes.
I'm Chick McGee at the sports desk, and here's Tom.
Dave's not here.
What we got? What?
Who is it?
It's Dave, man. Will you open up? I got the stuff with me.
Cheech and
Dave,
Chong for
man,
no
open
reason?
Up.
Dave?
Yeah, Dave.
Dave's not here.
Why are you playing this?
Because it's the birthday of either Cheech or Chong. That'll be coming up in today in history.
All right.
I want to give you a little teaser.
One or the other, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
That always makes me laugh.
You know, we do birthdays in 2 hours. You think people are going to be...
3, but yeah, that's okay. It's called a teaser, Christy. I want him to stick around.
All right.
Stick around, eh? Stick around to find out which one it is.
Or they could Google it in 2 minutes.
Hey, don't let our secrets out.
Oh.
Well, I was going to go to work, but I couldn't figure out if it was Cheech or Chong's birthday.
So I sat in the parking lot the whole
it
time
was the
waiting.
whole Bob and Tom show.
Okay, I'm sorry. We were dipping our toes into the world of sports with Chick McGee, yes?
Hey, we got trouble. The Washington Commanders of the NFL have purchased land in Virginia for what could be a potential site for the team's next stadium. I don't think so. The Commanders paid approximately $100 million for 200 acres of land in Prince William County and are still considering other locations in the DMV. That's the district in Maryland, Virginia. Yes, Tom, what stupid question do you have?
Don't you wish you had $100 million for a maybe? we're going to spend $100 million. We may put something up there.
The site is located just over 20 miles outside of D.C. The Commander's current lease at FedEx expires in 27.
You want to hear a phrase you're never going to hear?
Many fans want them to
the
build.
house that Carson Wentz built.
God, you are on a
He's
roll,
really
dude.
taking pleasure in your pain.
Yeah, I guess
I'm
that's
taking pleasure in his exit.
My pain. Look what we have, so I can get out of sports. Here we go.
World record.
Tough. David Rush and Hollywood Hannon are at it again. They took on the Guinness World Record for the most...
Dummy.
Sorry, I was doing some research over here about Cheech and Chong.
Oh, that's great.
If my phone had just played a half second of audio, you would have yelled at me and waved your hands in the air. What are you? Decorum.
Be a professional.
Yep.
Most blind beach ball catches in 1 minute. I'd like to poke him in both eyes. David was blindfolded, standing several feet away.
And right into traffic?
Several feet away? That's just good reporting. He and Jonathan were able to successfully make 35 catches to beat the previous record of 32.
Terrific.
Mr. Rush wrote, the most critical aspect of the record was Jonathan and I being in sync.
He's got to catch the ball, and the ball can't touch him in the chest. It's very tricky.
The timing down, so I know exactly when the ball was going to reach my hand so I could squeeze to catch it. Yep, that's the way catching works, all right. A moment too soon, and my hands.
Let me ask you this, Chick.
Yeah.
Who is interviewing him after this?
I don't know.
I'm starting to think no one. He's releasing his own statements, isn't he?
I'm sure he is. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if...
And Tom's the only
Are
one
we to
reading
believe that somebody's there with a camera and a microphone?
That's what Tom wants us to believe.
Wouldn't it be great if they're going back and forth with this giant beach ball? He's blindfolded, and then Hollywood Hannon, as a joke, grabs a bowling ball, heaves it at him,
breaks his sternum. That would be great.
Or breaks his toe at least. Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Wow. Sorry.
Could you imagine if he hadn't set this record? I mean, he would have had to spend time at the beach with his family. Oh, my goodness. What an awful thing to do.
There you go.
Boy, oh boy.
Is that sports?
Yes, that's sports.
Okay.
You know, I used to be mad at Mr. Rush for doing these. I'm just mad at us for reporting on them. We can ignore them.
Yeah?
Yeah. You're looking at the wrong guy, pal. Christy!
This is weird as heck.
All right.
There's a wait list for the motel room where fugitives Casey White and Vicky White stayed in Evansville, Indiana.
Wow.
Beaver woman?
According to a clerk at Motel 41, 65 to 70 people are waiting to stay in room 150.
35 more than Motel 6.
As of last week. Very good. WHNT.
We gotta hand it to you.
That's close. Lucky they're not west of the Mississippi.
It'd be KHNT.
Reports that Casey White and Vicky White.
That'd be rough. Can you imagine the logos they'd come up with? So I'm sorry. So these are the two. Those are the two folks that were fleeing the police.
Yeah, those are the two folks.
She's the one that worked at the prison and
he was the fugitive.
Casey White and Vicky White paid for a 2-week stay at the motel. The room is where they stayed while authorities conducted a nationwide search for them. The clerk confirmed the room's rate to be a flat $75 per night, 12 more than the motel standard rate of $63 per night.
Oh, that's all there. No wonder there's a big wait. Why don't they charge $200 more?
After almost 2 weeks on the run, the pair was captured by Indiana authorities May 9th. Casey White surrendered. Vicky White died as a result of a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
It's just going to be all...
Go ahead.
This is going to be a bunch of podcasters, isn't it?
Probably.
What's really...
we're recording here from the room.
Really
would appear that Casey White probably has a case of the crabs.
Because now we've all got them. Boy, oh boy. Just call me Mr. Dungeness.
This just in from the email section of our program. Dear Idiots and Christy, what the hell is going on this morning? Exclamation point. You guys have covered 50 topics already. There might be a need to have a coffee limit set on the group. Or just Tom, actually.
I'm changing the subject. Our topic right now is...
Fugitives?
The Motel 41.
Yes.
Fugitive. Did you say fugitives?
That's right. Of course, that's the Fugitives.
With guest stars
Alan Ladd Jr. and
Piper Lord.
Josh, would you want to see that hotel room?
No, I don't. I didn't really even follow that story, so I don't care.
It was an interesting story. This guy's like 6'9", 300 pounds.
Yeah.
And she was a police officer.
And apparently they fell in love.
Well, she used to be a beaver with a big tail, and then she mutated.
She was a prison guard. They fell in love.
Well, you have a problem with her teeth? Is that
she's got a problem with her.
2 years, apparently, and then she busted him out.
Easy chick. You know, Tom had a crush on her.
I know he did.
Is somebody going to interview her and find out what
she's dead?
She's dead. She killed herself.
That'll be tough.
Their cops were chasing her. This is going to be a movie for sure.
What really happened?
She probably at the last second, what do you mean you're not going to...
So what did he do? Is he going back to jail?
Yeah.
He's in jail.
He's in jail.
He was already accused of murder.
I think he dyed his hair blonde or something.
Oh, that's a good look for the summertime.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but this guy's a Hulk. I mean, he's a giant man. So
He is a big man.
It's a fun story.
A fun story. Woman blew her brains out. From what I understand, it's a lot of fun.
He's already said this is a fun story.
Fun story.
These are these
about a murderer and
these two folks.
Yeah.
Anytime you can go, I would like to please rent the same hotel room as The Fugitives.
He's having fun.
That's the only reason we're doing it.
He honestly thinks there are other people enjoying it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my fault, okay? I'm sorry.
No, that's not what we're
I killed
about.
them.
I'm in Evansville with Donnie Baker in August. If you want, I will stay in this motel room.
You better get on the
Probably
list.
won't be able to get in.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was your idea.
We can make an accommodation for you.
On a lighter note, let's move forward here. We have a lot to get to today.
Yeah, I don't know what we were thinking.
Yeah, my God. Why were we lingering on that? The Fugitive.
Fun story.
Two Kids in Love on the Lam.
Quinn Martin production.
A couple of nice folks, you know.
By the way,
kooky kids.
Yeah.
One murdered a couple people. The other one.
You know who else was fun? Charlie Starkweather. He was a great.
Wasn't that?
Kidnapped that girl.
Yeah, during that
What a
last-
hoot that
could we move
During
on?
that
please?
last segment, I actually got a text from my doctor because I had some issues with the prescription.
Yeah, I know.
But guess what? The
Valtrex?
prescription cost me less because I checked my GoodRx, and I'm not kidding.
GoodRx, the free app that'll save you huge money. Tell me more, Christy.
Yeah, you could save up to 80%. GoodRx is free, easy to use, works whether you do or do not have insurance. And even if you have insurance, GoodRx may actually beat your copay price. So check out goodrx.com/Tom. They do all the work for you because they will compare prices at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Vons, Walmart, and more. You can save money. It's simple and it's smart. Check out GoodRx. Go to goodrx.com/Tom. That's goodrx.com/Tom.
GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used in place of insurance, Medicare, and Medicaid. In 2021, GoodRx users saved an average of 81% on retail prescription prices. You know, I've been doing such a good job, they gave me a couple extra words.
Yes, they did, Gordon. Very nice.
Pretty soon, this will be longer than what you have
And
to
you
do,
are
Christy.
on Medicare, so I'm sure you can save some money.
I beg your pardon. I don't want people to know that I am 94.
I think for 94, you look great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I smell your diaper. We'll be right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Just 5 days away from the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500, the Bob and Tom Race Day broadcast will be in full force. That's right. You can join us right here as well. Another Bob and Tom 24/7 special live this Sunday from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the morning. Get up early. Get that coffee going. It's the Bob and Tom Show Indy 500 Race Day morning live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You can hear all the action, all the interviews, all the fun and frivolity right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. That's this Sunday from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join us, won't you?
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Jason Tatum scored 31. Celtics pounded Miami Heat last night early. They jump out to a 26-4 lead and cruise a 102-82 win that evened the Eastern Conference Finals at 2 games apiece, Game 5 in Miami. NHL playoffs, Tampa Bay Lightning complete a 4-game sweep of the Panthers, a 2-0 win, and Colorado beat St. Louis by a score of 6-3. Interleague action in Major League Baseball, Cardinals beat Toronto 7-3, Arizona over Kansas City 9-5. American League winners, Baltimore, Minnesota, Cleveland, and Seattle. And in the National League, Pittsburgh, the Cubs, Dodgers, Philly, the Mets, and San Diego all win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. Bonjour. The perfect gift has arrived for this single man. The new cologne from the makers of Clintorius and Bonaire. France's most noted fashion designer, yours truly, Mr. Béchon of Paris, has developed an exciting and stimulating new scent for men.
Honey, come on. You've been in the bathroom for half an hour. What are you doing in there?
Just enjoying my masturbation.
Mr. Béchon. Just slap a little on. Repeatedly.
Oh, gosh. Thanks, I needed that.
Is that Mr. Béchon?
Yeah, I think that's the sign.
Mr. Béchon.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
She's the love of your life, and you want to make her feel special on Valentine's Day. Gentlemen, if you're looking for a romantic gift this Valentine's Day, then Frigamall Florist has the gift for you. It's our I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I send you some flowers bouquet. Yes, for just $59.95, you can send her the I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I send you some flowers bouquet. The I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I send you some flowers bouquet proclaims your lust for her in the most romantic way possible. The bouquet of lovely fresh flowers says, let's do it, and my loins ache. Your wedding vows didn't include a vow of chastity, but you're not going to see any action unless you act now. So pick up the phone and order the I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I send you some flowers bouquet right now. That's the I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I order you some flowers bouquet. With one phone call, you can cover your ass and get some ass. It's a win-win. Call now, because when Cupid shoots his arrow on February 14th, you won't be shooting anything unless you get her some flowers.
Don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
When I was younger, in my 20s, and I'd see a young, beautiful girl, I'd be, oh, you know, I got to get that. And now it's, oh, I'll never get that. Because young girls are filled with sugar and spice and everything nice, and I'm filled with anger and semen and shame. How do you not think about sex? Everything on TV, sex, you know, all the commercials, very beautiful women in all the commercials now. Doesn't even matter what the product is. It's just very sexual.
Mm-hmm.
Beer, pizza, sex, gum, shampoo, sex, burritos, tires, sex. And then you finally have sex, and it's kind of disappointing. Where's my Sprite, my new car? And I'm not stupid. I know there's more to life than just sex. It's just none of those other things feel as good as sex. I mean, I love cookies.
Mm-hmm.
I love cookies.
Oh, yeah.
But if I do not have access to cookies, I will not rent a movie and watch two other people eat cookies.
Perfect stranger. Eating cookies. No.
Tom Simmons is our guest. I understand you've been to Afghanistan, I assume, on one of the USO type tours.
The Comics on Duty.
Okay, good for you.
Afghanistan is desolate, man. Everything is dirt. Every building, every structure is like dirt. We don't need satellite-guided bombs. We just should drop water balloons.
That'll muddy you. Wow.
Turn that place into mud and farmland, and it'll be great.
Have you run this strategic idea by the people at the Pentagon?
Yeah, it'd save us a lot of money.
This is positively
launching
brilliant.
a massive hydro attack. That's what we're going to do. And,
all of these fire bombs are merely drawing it out.
Coming. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Here we are. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Oh, here we are.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Chicky.
There he is. Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline, hot phone.
Hey.
Also got that Omaha steak joke of the day. I had some Omaha steak burgers yesterday.
Yeah,
out on
you
the
did.
grill. Oh,
Boy.
good Lord. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee at the sports desk. And now here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick.
The man who evidently, and he's going to deny this, and he's probably going to get upset, but I do not care.
Yes.
He farted on one of our co-workers
That's a
in
lie.
the green room.
Oh.
The person that told us this isn't a liar.
He's done a lot. Why would he make it up? He said he was bending over in our refrigerator
bending
for
over?
something, and Tom walked over.
Let's just say this person didn't fail to mention anything.
Poised his ass crack over his head
A complete
and farted.
So what actually
Then why
happened?
are you
In your
laughing?
eyes,
Then
what
why
happened?
are you
I was
laughing
at the
about
coffee machine making coffee. There was a noise emitting from the machine, which he mistook for a wet, moist episode of Flash.
Is that right?
Could we move on, please? We have a lot to get to here, including, is today the day that we're doing the burgers? Do we know
Are we
if this
doing-
is happening? No, it's not. I've just been given the signal. No, it's not happening today. Okay. We'll move on. Christy Lee is at the news desk. Christy, what's going on over there?
A leading advisor to the World Health Organization is saying that the outbreak of monkeypox in developed countries appears to have been caused by sexual activity at two recent raves held in Spain and Belgium.
Rave with monkeys?
No, they weren't really with monkeys. They were with people, but monkeypox.
Have you seen the pictures of this?
Yeah, it's awful.
This
Has
is
not
really scary.
previously, but if you've had a smallpox vaccine, and most of us have as little kids, you'll be okay. Don't worry. Unless you're having sex with somebody we don't know about.
Or a monkey.
Monkeypox.
I mean, is that the original source of this? Someone was...
Dr. David Heyman said we now know
I have a
that
joke, but I've been told not to tell those kind anymore.
can spread where there is close contact with the lesions of someone who's infected, and it looks like sexual contact has now amplified that in transmission.
I heard Cheetah was patient 0.
Oh, boy.
To date, the WHO has recorded more than 90 cases of monkeypox in a dozen countries, including Canada, Spain, Israel, France, Switzerland, the United States, and Australia. U.S. officials said Monday they knew of one confirmed case in the state of Massachusetts, 4 probable cases, 2 in Utah, 1 in Florida, 1 in New York City. All were men who had traveled outside the United States.
Well, the good part about this is if we go into lockdown again, we're familiar with it. So, yeah, it's nothing
We're
new.
not going to go into lockdown.
That's what I heard.
I think we might have to for the monkeypox.
Lockdown,
Get it from?
Where do you get it, Tom?
Jumping on the bed.
Oh, yeah. One falls off and bumps their head. I mean, yeah.
I thought you just bumped your head.
Mama called the doctor.
No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
And the doctor said, no.
Grandma's dead.
No.
The monkeypox.
Monkeypox.
Killed her.
So how about this? Monkeypox.
Face slid off.
You'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old monkeypox.
Oh, a little Rocky Top?
Oh,
I can't believe you didn't write that song.
So what they're saying, though, is that this is from a rave.
Yeah, sexual activity at a rave.
Wow. Nothing like dirty sex to give raves a bad name. I thought the music was bad enough. Now this plague descending upon us from bad sex at a rave in
Never
Europe.
had a hardcore makeout sesh to some dead mouse?
When's what's the last rave you attended?
Decadence, which is a concert in Colorado in 2015.
No kidding.
Yeah, me and my buddy Eric went.
Did you kiss anyone you shouldn't have, or anything?
I might have gotten some smooches in there. You
there you
used to have some.
So
moves.
I thought raves were just like underground, like pop-ups. They weren't
They certainly used to be.
promoted.
The one I went to was called Church, and it happened on a Sunday morning at like 8 a.m.
Cool. Oh, that's fun.
And it was in this ancient church in England. And
Wow.
Boy, I'm like being hammered at 9 a.m.
There's nothing worse than being hung over at 2 in the
Yeah,
afternoon.
exactly. That was a rough one.
There's a guy up there with a computer.
Yeah, man.
Touching
Bunch of people
buttons.
dancing and
throwing his arms in the air.
It was cool.
It's not just a computer. There's turntables. There's a sequencer.
Yeah,
I was 20.
That
Boy,
DJ
oh boy.
work is hard stuff.
No live musicians. Yeah, it's great.
No, there's a real talent to it.
Very entertaining. Now dirty sex getting us all monkey.
It's an art.
Dirty sex getting us monkeypox.
I remember
Thanks, rave. Thanks, bad music. And
Oh my God.
There wasn't an almond brother in sight, Willie.
I remember a day when you used to DJ, my friend.
Yeah, but I didn't just get up with a computer throwing my arm around like
Do
I
you
was
know
doing
one
something.
of the first? The first thing I got to town, some guy walked up to me and goes, "You're going to be working for the Bob and Tom show?" I go, "Yeah." You know, he says, Tom DJ'd my high school reunion.
How about that?
Is that true?
Well, yeah, very nice.
There you go. You had the turntables and everything.
Turntables, yeah, it was the real thing. Yeah.
Ace, you have a question?
Wait a minute. Phone's ringing.
No, you
Phone's
can't
ringing.
accommodate it. Hello, Bob and Tom show.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Floyd.
I've enjoyed your Almond Brothers program.
Thank you. I'm a big fan.
Right?
Thanks, Floyd.
Oh, it's amazing what they can do when they put their minds to it.
Well, they can certainly jam.
Everybody there getting ready for a big Memorial Day weekend?
Yes, sir.
Well, Big D and I probably won't get it much celebrating on account of a bursitis flared up again.
Oh, no, yeah.
And as always, about this time of year, my hemorrhoids start rearing ugly heads.
Why's that?
Well, it means we've only got 3 more weeks till summer.
Yes, I see.
You know, just yesterday I was talking to the boys down at Mr. Fuel over a plate of liver and onions.
Oh,
They always serve it with baby carrots. That reminds me, Doc said to keep your cholesterol from spiking, try to avoid foods with baby in the name, like baby carrots, baby corn, baby back ribs. He said, Floyd, just don't eat anything with baby in it. He said, you got any questions? I said, yes, sir. Do you reckon that's why Patrick Swayze died so young?
Oh!
Floyd. Jennifer Gray's name
was Baby and Dirty Dancing.
My buddy Jack's going on and on about the story he read in the long haul circulator. They're going to start having self-driving semis take over for us truckers. I said it'll be a cold day in hell before I give up my Peterbilt to some robot you have to plug in.
Yeah.
Of course, I had to ask, when all the trucks are controlled by computers, what are these lot lizards aiming to do with it? They're going to have to learn how to service computers, I reckon.
Yeah.
Right.
Sounds like an easy way to get the tongue electrocuted. Think about it.
Yeah.
Like we always say on the road, you can teach a whole lot of things, but computers ain't one of them.
Oh, is that the old bromide?
Boy, this inflation is something else. Even has the price of cypress mulch climbing through the roof, don't it?
Oh, it sure does. Yeah, boy.
It's horrible.
If I was you, I hate to sound like Warren Buffett, but I'd invest in pea gravel.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Just make sure it's not baby pea gravel.
Very helpful.
Yeah,
Thank
got a
you.
point.
It is helpful.
What it is, I don't know.
Thank you, Floyd. I have no idea. I certainly appreciate that. Anyway, monkeypox out there, it's just scary. You've seen the pictures of it. It's really
Yes, I
really
don't want to
gross.
look at those
Very
lesions. They're awful. Most of them are in the genital area, too, so...
Oh, God. And it's apparently from wild sex at a European
I don't think anyone
rave.
said wild
Nobody,
sex.
I don't think it needs to be wild.
Sex is wild already.
Is it already?
Yeah.
Oh, really? At the Godwin household?
It's always been wild, yeah.
Well, now, I know
Debate
that
about the process.
I know that some of you may have forgotten, but Ace had a question.
Oh, I'm
and he
sorry.
couldn't get in.
No, I just wanted to know, back to the dancing thing. What are they called? The ones where you have headphones on and no audible music is.
Oh, the silent disco?
Silent disco.
Yeah, you'll just see people and they're all listening to the
Right.
same thing, but you
What
can
is
walk.
the point of that?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of fun. Everybody,
You can do it at 2 in the morning at a house.
Yeah, if you're wearing headphones, you're having a good time. And
Okay.
if you're not wearing headphones, you're not welcome. There you go.
Well, I'm just saying that if this has emerged from a rave in Europe, so now the raves the rave phenomenon has given us terrible music and monkeypox.
Well,
thanks a lot.
That's your opinion. Some people like that music.
Chinese get in trouble for eating bats. Now we've got these guys screwing monkeys, and all of a sudden
Chinese
we're...
did not eat bats.
I think the
Tom.
jury's still out on that. The only one who believes it's Josh.
No, I don't believe the bat thing at all.
I don't believe the bat thing either.
Whoops, we dropped that. Well, go ahead and release it to the world. If our economy's crashing, so's the rest of the planet.
Yep.
You know it.
That's a little bit more insidious, but...
Exactly.
Okay.
We keep getting so close to having fun. I mean, we're right on the cusp.
We are, and
We're
then
getting
somebody gets
so
mad.
close.
So anyways, have safe sex if you're going to a rave.
Well, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
When's the last time you wore a condom?
Never?
I'm guessing.
He asked you a question.
I'm guessing early 70s in the village.
No, there was a little gap, early 2000s. There was a while in the early 2000s. Where
Why don't you just go feed the dog?
I bet he's never worn that.
I bet
That's
he
what
has.
I'm guessing.
We used to put them on our fingers when I worked at the restaurant.
Yep, he hasn't worn one.
Those little, if you
Oh,
cut
no,
if
those
you
aren't-
cut your finger, they have these little condoms you'd put on.
No,
them.
Well, they're not actually condoms.
No, they're not
No.
condoms. They're little rubber
Well,
tips.
yeah, sadly, there were a couple guys that took some home, and I always thought, boy, that's sad. I'm sorry. Back to you, Kristen.
We all need to.
You need to watch the Stephen Graham movie. It's out there on the page. I forget the name of it, but he plays a guy who runs a restaurant. I think you'd really like it.
Okay, thank
I'll
you.
give you the time.
Speaking of condoms, one of the #1 movies out there, or documentaries right now on Netflix, is a little Netflix documentary called Our Father. And that leads me
There were
to a story.
no condoms there.
No condoms there. This is a story about a fertility doctor who apparently impregnated people without their consent. Now he has hundreds of children running
No,
around.
he would use his own seed.
Yes, he would.
What's the problem? He wanted to get pregnant.
Oh, my God, Josh. Well, you could give them the option and tell them that's what they were doing.
I haven't seen this. So
I have.
Did the women assume that they were getting the seeds of their
They
male
either
partners?
assumed they were getting the seed from their male partners or a donor that, they went to a website and
How did
selected
they find
a
out
donor.
How did they find out that they were all from
DNA
him?
testing. One girl.
By seed, do you guys mean semen and sperm?
Yes, that's what we're
okay.
talking about.
we mean your love juice there.
I've got.
Not rhythm. I've got.
And one girl started finding out that she was related to all these people. I have a half sister where and a half brother where, and
Yeah.
we're up to 94 and counting at the last. At
These
the end of the
23 and me,
documentary.
just call them tattletales and us.
Well, that brings me to this
They're
story.
just rats.
No, that. So I'm sorry. What's the name of the documentary?
It's called Our Father.
It's fascinating.
What-
It's fascinating.
Netflix.
Features My Fabulous Little Town very nicely.
Netflix? Okay.
Yeah, but and our good friend Angela Ganote did a really great reporting job on this story. But it leads me to a story out of Canada where a man's quest to find his biological father led to an interesting surprise. Mr. Jonathan Solomon received his DNA results back in 2020. He then began searching for his biological dad. He got in touch with one of his DNA matches who provided him with detailed knowledge of the family tree. Based on that, Solomon contacted the man he thought might be his biological father.
So bored.
And it was confirmed through a paternity test that this guy was Mr. Solomon, was his dad.
Sure.
Roger Arsenault had worked together with Mr. Solomon for years.
Oh, Arsenault, not Arsenio.
Not So I'm sorry. So the point of the story is this guy
knew the guy the whole time.
This guy that was his dad, he worked with him for years?
Yes, he apparently, Mr. Solomon was the security guard at a mall where his father ran a store. Since reconnecting, the two have taken on a supporting role. The man has taken on a supporting role in his life.
Hated it.
What's wrong, Josh? That's kind of a sweet story.
Sweet story.
I mean, that story could have been told in 10 seconds. One sentence.
Dear Bob and Tom.
Just a second here.
Not Christy's fault.
Oh, we're still going with this story?
I mean, this guy obviously
he's got
hung out with him for a long time, is in his scrotum there for many years before finally emerging.
Wouldn't that be wild, though? Did you find out?
Well, wasn't there one in England a couple years ago where this couple was about to get married?
Yes.
They found out they were brother and sister.
That's the real big concern with this latest documentary. And they said if you've had any contact with this particular doctor, you should definitely get a DNA test.
So you'll have some kids with webbed feet. They'll be on the swim team. It'll be fine.
You're going to marry your half-sister, huh? All right.
Wait a minute. Hang on.
What crawled up his...
No. He's looking on the bright side.
Lemonade, my friends.
Dear Bob and Tom, I got the single for Sugar Sugar off the back of a Captain Crunch box in the late 60s.
Wow.
It was my very first record, and it still brings back great memories. What do you think of that?
You know what the flip side of this is?
What's that?
What's the flip side?
Splenda. It's
diabetes.
Kind of a contemporary.
Oh, Splenda, dude.
Equal?
No, diabetes.
Wouldn't it be Spice?
I'm not sure.
Oh, sugar and spice
and everything.
So, I'm sorry, this thing in Canada, this guy turns out his dad,
He had been working with his dad the whole time. Didn't know it.
Ironically, they worked at that place in the mall called Things Remembered.
Yeah.
You ever go in there?
Sure.
I went in there and said, hey, I can't remember where I parked my car. And he couldn't help me. So that's a lie.
Somebody call BBB.
Yeah, but he didn't forget the guy was his father. He didn't know it.
Yeah, but his father forgot his... Never mind.
The joke falls apart.
Like cardboard in the rain.
Am I going to get what were you thinking?
Well, you might be. Hey, welcome back to my new show, What Were You Thinking? This is where I talk to cast members and ask them when they...
What was I thinking when I did that story, Chick?
blurt out,
Right.
why do I need me? Here's Christy. Go ahead.
Well, it was a nice promotion for a great documentary that I thought was important.
These DNA things are super interesting.
Yeah, they are.
A friend of mine found her biological parents through 23andMe, essentially.
Did they want to be found?
Yeah, see...
It's a very, very complicated story, but in the end, yes.
After they stopped crying and were horrified?
It was really, it was really complicated, involving sealed adoption records. And
Imagine all the people that are walking around out there that think their dad's their dad and they're
Look,
not.
ignorance is bliss in many cases.
True, that's true.
Could you imagine?
Especially
Wait a
our
minute.
generation.
Would that change anything if the man that raised you is not your biological father?
My dad was adopted and it didn't at all.
Yeah, what would that change?
people just want to know. They're also it's especially important when it comes to health records.
Didn't your father look at you many times and utter or mumble, "There's no way that guy's my kid"? Didn't he say that?
Well, now look at it this way.
Okay.
Here's the order of my sister Jan, then my brother Jim, my brother John,
and you,
and I'm Tom. So that's JJJT. So my little girl Finn the other day goes, "Daddy, how come it's JJJT? Were you adopted?" And like, what the hell?
That's a good question.
What was your
And then
answer?
I started thinking, wait a minute.
Maybe.
This kid might have a good point.
Aren't you quite younger than the rest of your siblings?
Hey, could you shut it up, please?
As they call him, Mr. Whoops.
Oops. Yeah, but then I think it's been first of all, my one brother looks a lot like me, and secondly, we've all.
Are you kidding? You and Janny look so much alike.
I think
we've all had the same near catastrophic illness in the last few years. So.
Oh my goodness!
And you did you get your did you have your children oil painted when they reached a certain age, like your mom and dad? Did you?
No.
Why? Why not? It's a Griswold tradition.
No, we had an artist do some nice drawings, and then we have nice photographs from professional photographers.
Pen and ink. Or
Christmas cards that I'm not in.
Oh, boy, here we go.
There's a Christmas card of you in my office.
Yeah, I was going to say,
he's not in the
latest Christmas card, there's no mention of Willie.
No
not,
Willie.
Even, not even the word.
On my phone, I have 41,473 photographs.
Oh,
So you're the one taking up most of the cloud. They want me to pay an extra $2 a month.
That's right.
You can't afford $2 a month, Josh?
No, I just refuse to pay for air.
How much storage? Do you have the terabyte yet on that?
I have no idea.
There's an infinite amount of cloud.
Just get a Google Drive, buddy.
All I know is I'm getting as soon as that 14 comes out, I'm getting it. We need to move forward here. Christy, give me the teaser, please.
Well, we have a very interesting helicopter story. We have jet noise complaints. We have foam on the road.
Foam on the road?
Mystery.
Nobody knows where it's from.
It's really kind of cool. We may or may not have a corn update coming up.
And if Tom allows me, I'll have a new Jfk Junior jokes coming up.
All right.
And we have a story just for Josh in the news.
Okay.
Maybe we could have Pat play his JFK tribute song. I love that song.
Thank you.
But did I mention that Pat Godwin's album #1 in the comedy
Ad
stream?
nauseum.
Hey, what did
You shut up, Josh.
I would prefer not having the nauseum on my dinner.
What did Jfk Jr. What did he miss most about Martha's Vineyard?
What?
The runway.
Non-stop comedy. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the info in the VIP area at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
You know, I got a lot of mail here at the ex-law office. Well, this comes from young Davy Radonovich. He asks, what is the difference between slander and libel? Well, what kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? What kind of little pea-brain moron would write me? I think if I were you, little Davy, I'd worry more about inbreeding than I would about the law. Davy, that was slander. If I would have written it down, it would have been libel.
This has been the Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the law is your friend. It's the lawyers you have to watch out for. And remember this, the preceding has been a joke, not legal advice. Learn to know the difference.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
curvy cleavage on display.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
This is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no talent.
No talent, that's my cue. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Tuesday, May 24th, as we roll towards the Indianapolis 500. That's right, we've got the Bob and Tom Carb Day broadcast coming up this Friday morning. Guests including Drew Powell, Al Unser Jr., Duke Tomato, and the Power Trio. You can even join us live from Speedway, Indiana, or tune in right here to the Bob and Tom Carb Day broadcast on Bob and Tom 24/7. That's coming up this Friday morning, the Bob and Tom Show Carb Day broadcast right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. The Boss is hitting the road again, this time bringing his E Street Band. They will launch an arena tour in February in the States, followed by a series of stadium shows starting in Europe in April. A second U.S. leg of the tour will then begin in August. Specific stops have not been announced. However, the Boss and his band haven't toured since 2017, and Bruce says he's looking forward to seeing his great and loyal fans next year. John Baptiste promises he will always give it his all to leave a profound and meaningful legacy after being named to Time magazine's list of most influential people of 2022. Other musicians on the list: Miranda Lambert, Mary J. Blige, Adele, and Questlove. And Lee Greenwood has his own signature firework. Greenwood and firework manufacturer Black Cat have teamed to create the Proud to be an American Lee Greenwood 42 Report firework. Greenwood calls it a beautiful assembly of red, white, and blue to honor our great country. It's available in limited release for Memorial Day and then wider release for Independence Day. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Rules that sexy man with a deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
What did the green grape say to the purple grape?
What?
Breathe, breathe.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of
Poor
the
green
day.
grape thought the purple grape was joking.
Oh. Boy, he wrote that one all right.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
That's awful.
Awful entertaining.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Time now for Flash Traffic with the fastest man in the world, 9-time Olympic gold medalist Carl Lewis.
And now we go to our Flash Traffic reporter, Carl Lewis, with traffic on the west side.
Hey, Bob and Tom. I'm on the west side, and traffic looks great. Now I'm going to run over to the far east side and take a look at traffic conditions over there. Okay, I'm on the east side now. Everything looks smooth over here. Want me to check the north side?
Sure, Carl.
All right, here we go. Oh, guys, traffic is running off fine up here up north. Anything else you need?
Listen, Carl, could you check south side traffic? I know it's a long way. You could also pick up an iced tea for me, venti green iced tea at Starbucks on your way, if you don't mind.
Okay, that's a little step, but I'll get there. Oh, my goodness, that was kind of a detour, but here, 2 Splendors just like you like it.
Thank you very much, Carl. Carl, could you come back to the studio to sign some photos for us?
Oh, okay, I can do that. Sure thing, Tom. Oh, made it. All right, give me a pen.
This has been Flash Traffic with Carl Lewis.
Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick McGee.
Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hi.
Hey, there's Ace Cosby. Hey. He's at the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom.
Monkeypox.
Oh,
Monkeypox.
That'd be a good name for a band, wouldn't it?
Was that sexy time done but with the words?
Yeah, monkeypox. This monkeypox, I'm reading about this monkeypox. This is really just disgusting.
Yeah, it is. So let's not talk about it.
Well, we got to be careful. I mean, we've already had one plague.
Is there a cure for monkeypox?
You usually catch it if you're having sex. Are you having sex with monkeys? No.
Well, fortunately, though, that's the only plague we're going to have. So.
No, they say that. No, they're saying this was started at a rave in Europe.
Yes, and you don't have it with sex with monkeys. I misspoke.
Well, it can't help.
I think that's how it started.
It may have started that way, but
I mean,
now it's moved through.
We've all had some pretty good Molly, but never good enough to have good to have sex with an orang monkey.
I've never had any Molly.
He just has enough knowledge to be dangerous.
I didn't know that you guys were cool. Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah, we're cool.
This is going to be fun now.
Got the Molly at the rave.
Let's have Molly Day. Yeah.
Sorry, Christy Lee is at the news desk. What did we miss over there?
A battle over the right to the name Josh has returned to a Nebraska park.
Huh.
The event began as an online joke when Josh Swain from Arizona tweeted out a challenge to anyone who shared his name to fight over it.
Oh, I remember this.
Yep, this was last year, remember?
Yeah.
Fight me.
After it took on a life of its own, Swain turned it into a real event last year at the random coordinates he included in his original note, which happened to be in Lincoln, Nebraska. This year, a couple hundred people gathered at Bowling Lake Park to participate in a pool noodle fight.
Yeah.
5-year-old Jfk Vincent Junior defended his title as the #1 Josh.
All right.
You
Yeah.
could kick his ass.
He's 5 years old.
The event raised nearly $21,000 for Children's Hospital and Medical Center in Omaha.
Wonderful.
With the owners of the Josh Cellars wine label pledging to match that amount with a donation of their own.
That's
So
great.
it's
I'm a big
great
fan.
story.
And I'm a big fan of the Josh Cellars. I have a couple bottles in my...
do you really?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Do they wear name tags at this event? Do you remember? Help me with this, Chick. Remember we had the news story many years ago. There was a convention. I want to say was it the Bob Smith convention? It was something like that, or it was people that all have the same name.
Wow. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
It's one of the most common names. One of the most common names in
Is
America.
Smith the most, or Brown, or
Johnson, Smith,
James? I don't know.
It'd be. How would you check into that hotel?
Josh, and Josh.
I have a reservation. It's, Josh Johnson.
Well, you'd have to go by address, I would think.
Well,
Credit card numbers.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
You see, you got your answers.
Confirmation numbers.
Confirmation to HR1.
All right, just ask that. Kind of humorous.
Right.
Humorous. Jump into
I learned from the best, man.
Into the Josh pit of.
So you didn't want a real answer. You
No,
wanted
I
to
just-
know.
No.
It's kind of funny. You get there, everyone's got a name tag that says Josh. Of course, they're fighting with pool noodles. That could be danger if there was a rattlesnake in your pool.
Yeah, we've had that
Oh,
before.
yeah, that can happen down in Texas and
Think they're
such.
having
Yes.
a chicken fight? I bet they're having a chicken fight.
In a pool?
Yeah.
With a pool noodle?
I'm sorry. What else you got, Christy? Sorry.
Couple in Alabama have transformed an old helicopter into a camper on wheels.
Really cool.
PMI reports.
Too much information. Oh, PMI.
PMI.
Oh, not TMI.
Yeah, a WPMS. That'd be a hell of a watch.
Ms. Maggie Morgan
What
and
are you
Mr.
looking
Blake
at?
Morris,
Why do you want to see the news?
both helicopter pilots in the U.S. Coast Guard, decided to buy the main body of a 1978 SA-330J Puma helicopter back in 2020, though they were unsure what to do with it initially. Morris told the station, quote, eventually came around to the idea that, maybe I can turn it into a camper. I asked Maggie. Luckily, she was very supportive. I was expecting her to say I was crazy, but she was actually said it was a great idea. So they began converting the helicopter into a camper, spent 900 hours or so. The Hella camper is now ready to go on its first excursion.
Is it very small?
No, it looks really cool.
The couple's been documenting the project and the adventures on the Instagram account at Hella Camper _RV. So we'll have to take a look
It's
at
like
this.
a big RV. Imagine a huge helicopter, and the tail part's gone, and obviously it doesn't have the rotor on top.
Okay, yeah.
But, it's really cool looking, and up front it's got the big glass windows.
Nice.
Kind of a weird, cool thing. Be a lot of fun.
Wild.
And these guys, they're both badass pilots, so
Yeah, that is cool.
I mean, it would have been a lot worse if they'd tried to turn a camper into a helicopter.
That would be more difficult.
Yeah, probably more than 900 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be totally different.
And this thing's in a trailer only a couple feet off the ground, so
yeah,
you're going to be okay if you crash it, theoretically.
Right.
What was the description you had, Chick, of trying to fly a helicopter?
Flying a helicopter, one of the craziest guys I know, I went to high school with him, flies helicopters. He flew them in Nam, and he flies them professionally. I can't tell you what he does now because it's dangerous. And he said it's like balancing a ball on top of another ball.
Wow. Can we guess what he does, and then you blink twice if it's right or not?
Let's not.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That would be that would.
Government? I mean, what?
Okay. What do you think?
Police in Dover, Delaware are reminding residents who are complaining about jet noise that they live near the military's largest airport. The Dover Police Department said, quote, "We can't believe we have to say this, but please do not call the police department or 911 about the jet noise from the Thunder over Dover air show." Quote, "You live in Dover. There's an Air Force base here."
Weren't they here first?
Well, that seems snarky.
Yeah. The department added that calling 911 over the noise, quote, "is a complete waste of our resources, and you are potentially putting people at risk who really need help."
Call
This
a
is
real
Mr. Obvious.
call a realtor if you don't call 911.
I think if I lived in Dover, Delaware, I would change my name to Ben.
Yeah?
Ben of
I
Dover.
would almost have to.
Not Ben of Dover.
No, Ben Dover.
Well, you don't.
What? Well, you don't say you're Tom of Cleveland, do you? No.
But he's saying...
I don't say Tom Cleveland either.
He doesn't.
Yeah, I've never heard him say that.
Do you say, where'd you grow up? What city?
London.
You're not Chick London.
I like Chick
Oh,
London.
I like Chick
Why
London.
isn't that my name?
Why isn't it?
Chick London smokes
We've
cigarettes
changed it
inside.
enough. We could change it again.
I could change it again. 1, 2, 3. I got an attorney.
Chick London likes his steak rare.
Chick London, call of the wild. Chick London.
You need to start wearing a Burberry trench coat all the time.
Oh, I like Chick London.
Chick London
Yes.
has a
And a
cane.
hat.
It has a cane.
I have a cane too.
And a hat. You gotta have a hat.
Chick London's wrestled with 3 different types of VD.
What?
That's right.
Well, now,
No.
how did I know you would ruin it?
You're so close to having fun again.
Yeah.
Chick London.
Chick London.
Private.
The broil, they call him.
So the problem here is these people live near an Air Force base. They live near an Air Force base, and they're concerned about the noise.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do
Yes,
loud
yes,
for
yes.
Sure.
Again, what in tarnation is that? It's the jet planes that have been here ever since you bought this property.
Can they do those like the planes that carry the billboards on the back during an air show, or is that like sacred airspace? Would that be an issue? Because it'd be cool if like Zillow did an ad flying over the town so that people could just look at houses in places where they don't have this kind of stuff.
I think the airspace is
not a
probably
bad idea.
Yeah.
They probably keep it fairly
I
clean.
like where you're going.
Well, the air show was going well until one plane got tangled in the banner of another.
It was fine up until then.
Zillow, they only got half the publicity they wanted.
Wasn't that a problem with O.J. Simpson in the slow-speed chase? There were too many helicopters above his house when he pulled into his driveway. News helicopters, they almost crashed.
Man.
Yeah.
I do love those planes, though, hauling those big signs.
They're fun.
Oh, yeah.
Used to see
The
those
banners
all the time. Yeah, those
down
are
in
great.
Florida.
I bet you're a skywriting fan, too, aren't you?
Oh, I am.
You
I'll sit there waiting.
You don't see that very often
Surrender,
anymore.
Dorothy?
Yeah.
Now they do it. It's like kind of like a pixel thing. Have you seen that one?
No.
It's not like the plane, like it's not like in cursive, like really fancy letters.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a pixel thing, and they do like the top part like a printer almost. It's-
No. It's got to be the cursive.
Wow. I bet that's cool, too. I like both.
It was developed by the guy that developed Dippin' Dots, the ice cream of the future.
Ice cream of the
Yeah.
future.
Look
That's
at
right.
Apparently, ice cream of the future sucks.
I like Dippin' Dots.
Oh,
We're
I
in
do
the
too.
future. This is the ice cream now. Stop it.
When we come back, we have foam erupting from the streets. We have the last something in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be quite surprised.
And
when
I
you
think
hear this.
what do we have? Food? No food? What
I don't
are we
know.
doing? All
We
right.
have Jaws news also. Jaws the movie. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, I give. Where's the boat?
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't forget about Bob and Tom Tonight, a video webcast of highlights of today's show tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, our Facebook page. Check out bobandtom.com for more details about our show, Bob and Tom Tonight. If you haven't watched it yet, what are you waiting for? Tonight could be your night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Where? Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, our Facebook page. Check out bobandtom.com for more details. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Americans becoming less supportive of punishing Russia for launching its invasion of Ukraine. If it comes at the expense of the U.S. economy, a sign of rising anxiety over inflation and other challenges. It's according to a new poll from the AP Nork Center for Public Affairs Research. It finds that while broad support for U.S. sanctions has not faltered, the balance of opinion on prioritizing sanctions over the economy has shifted. Americans interviewed by the AP detail how they've had to cut back on driving and spending and want the White House to focus on domestic concerns, even as people do have sympathy for Ukraine. Asian shares mostly lower as worries over inflation temper optimism over President Joe Biden's remark he was considering reducing U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports. Benchmarks fell in Tokyo, Seoul, Shanghai, and Hong Kong, but rose slightly in Sydney. Oil prices and U.S. futures lower. Biden announced a new economic and trade initiative with the region Monday while on a visit to Japan. He also confirmed to reporters he planned to discuss the issue of punitive tariffs imposed on China during former President Donald Trump's administration with Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen once he returns to Washington. The comments raised optimism over a possible easing of tensions between the world's two biggest economies. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Tom, we got an email that I think encapsulates you perfectly. It's almost poetry.
Oh, my goodness.
And I think you'll agree.
Okay.
And it actually comes from a guy named Robert. He says, I've determined there are two things Tom does not like: change and the way things are.
I could not agree more.
I mean, we're going to have to pin this up somewhere. That is beautiful.
That needs to be etched into a barn board and hung up in the studio.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, he was so sweet. It was our first date, and he went all out. He bought me dinner, he got me drunk, and then I got bald.
Oh, did she ever? It was perfect.
Britney Spears recently shocked the world with her latest fashion statement. A completely shaved head. Now, to commemorate Britney's new look, Bob and Tom Labs is proud to introduce their new perfume, Bald.
B-A-L-D. Bald.
A fragrance for today's unraveling woman. She's kooky, she's crazy, and she's getting bald.
Tomorrow's my girlfriend's birthday, and she'll definitely be getting bald.
What woman wouldn't love to get bald?
My wife and I are celebrating our 30th anniversary soon. I thought she'd be thrilled when I told her she was gonna get bald. But she just rolled over and went back to sleep.
Okay, almost everybody wants to get bald. Be sure to get some today. Just look for the slick box, and you'll know you're getting bald.
B-A-L-D. Bald.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee. And Jesus said, "Take this bread and eat it. It is my body." And the disciples said, "Jesus, we're all on a low-carb diet." We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Jack.
Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hi.
Jess Hooker joins us.
Hi.
There she is. There's Ace Cosby. Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. What did he say? There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, Chick.
I'm Chick McGee at the information desk. And
Really?
There's Tom, and I have information for you, Tom.
What is that?
Dear Tom, there is a Phil Campbell convention in Phil Campbell, Alabama every year.
Cool.
80 people show up, and they're all named Phil Campbell. There you go.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, we had either the Bob Smith or the Bob Johnson convention. Well, because that was the most common name in America. Is this guy's name Phil Campbell?
No, it's Steve something.
But he's aware of the Phil
Maybe-
Campbell.
maybe-
That's cool. He's a busybody.
Maybe he's got a buddy named Phil Campbell. I don't
Steve,
know.
how?
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about the name Josh. We should point this out to Ms. Hooker. Josh, there's some guy started a Josh competition that he wanted to beat up everybody whose name was Josh. Is that what it was?
Yeah, he wanted to be he wanted to be number one Josh.
So they went to Nebraska somewhere, and all the Joshes
Lincoln.
went there, and some 5-year-old kid won some kind of contest with noodles. But Pat, don't you have a tribute to our own Josh right here?
Josh Arnold, that takes me back.
To me, wow.
I knew a man, Josh Arnold, who told jokes for you. Loves the St. Louis Blues.
Go Blues.
Gets teased for liking porn and pizza pies. Has a real short fuse.
Real short.
Bombs so hard, oh, he bombed so hard. In Toledo one night, oh, he should have been there. 5 minutes. Mr. Josh Arnold, everybody sing, yeah. Mr. Josh Arnold. One more time. Mr. Josh Arnold. You're funny, all right. He's a great guy, you know. Let me tell you a story. I met him on a show on radio. It was, you may have heard it, Bob and Tom. Silver chin, a flannel shirt, and fork in hand. A blistered palm. He has no wife, likes a single life. Vacations by himself. Hey, look, a squirrel.
Flying squirrels is cool.
When it comes to loving women, Josh says he is.
That's what he says.
Thorough and generous.
I get the job done.
His junk is plucked, his ass is shaved, his sack is waxed. He's adventurous. He said they didn't laugh. Oh, they didn't laugh. In Toledo one night.
Yep.
You'll get over it.
One time,
right? Mr. Josh Arnold. Come on. Mr. Josh Arnold. One more time. Mr. Josh Arnold. Oh, you're funny, all right.
Oh, thank you, Pat.
You're welcome, Josh
so
Arnold.
nice.
I imagine that's on the new album.
Of course, the track 1.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was 1, 4, and 7.
Pat's new album, I'll tell you this, Jess. Pat's new album is called Captured Live. #1 in the comedy charts right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thank you very much.
Pat.
And
Thank you,
Pat's going to be part of a very special show we haven't announced yet. I'll just give you a couple of hints.
Oh, good. Is it secret?
It's a secret location.
So it's not June 17th?
The Irving Theater. I can't give the date, though.
Okay, good.
Is that a Friday?
It is a Friday.
Okay, go. We'll be there. Details coming up. You've missed a couple things, Jess. Did you see a picture of the helicopter thing?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Isn't that cool? These people these two Coast Guard helicopter pilots bought an old helicopter that was being decommissioned, and they took the blade off of it and turned it into a giant camper.
Oh, that's fun.
It looks like a huge bubble Airstream thing, and there's a picture of it at the Vic Morrow campsite.
Oh,
can you rent it?
Wow, man!
Why did you have to do that?
I hope Jennifer Jason Lee's not listening.
Okay, so sorry, my fault. I was driving the bird.
Well, that means it's time for another Jfk Junior joke.
Go ahead. I can't wait.
Right.
Oh, no, I didn't get the reference. I
didn't either. When I put it together, it was something horrible. If Tom said it,
Yes, it's horrible.
Oh, yeah, children.
You know, JFK, JFK Jr. Didn't shower before he left.
No?
He figured he'd wash up on shore.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I hope Jennifer Jason Lee and Daryl Hannah are listening.
Show went kind of dark there.
Well, Daryl Hannah's probably happy that happened. Remember, didn't he leave her for...
I'm sorry.
Sourpuss?
The only way to cleanse the palate right now is this.
Rules that man with a deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
We were talking about dads earlier, and I remember as a kid building sandcastles with my dad until my mom took the urn away.
Took the urn away.
Joke of the day.
So, literally making sandcastles with your dad.
That's dark.
There's nothing that makes me more nervous than him getting chatty. I am just in awe.
Yeah.
I hang on.
Wow.
When you were saying that you were playing with your dad as a kid, I thought, well, a false premise.
There we go. That'll cleanse the palate.
Maybe we should do a different one.
Let's do a different one.
The crowd is stirred. Could you play that Mr. Josh Arnold song again? Maybe we can reel him back in.
I miss Chick London.
Oh, God, yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Well, I think we do need to do a second.
Can we do a second joke?
Yeah.
Ace?
Sure. A double helping. 2 for Tuesday.
Here he is with his joke of the day.
What's a cat's favorite button on a TV remote?
What
is it?
Pause.
There you go.
Oh, man.
That was the joke of the day. Brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Spring is here. Grilling season has arrived. Visit omahasteaks.com today. Type BTS into the search bar. Order.
That's what I done yesterday.
The Omaha Steaks Spring Grilling Pack today. Chick, I know you're going to love that Spring Grilling Pack.
Yep.
You know, Omaha Steaks. Omaha Steaks does have it's not part of our announcement, but I'm going to tell you right now. If you're getting some Omaha Steaks, you might want to just click that button over there and get some lasagna.
Yeah, a great add-on.
Yeah, you don't have to grill it.
And some wiener.
No, don't grill
we,
it.
Put it in
we
the oven.
advise you bake it.
It keeps falling through the grate when I try to grill it.
Well, you know, Ace's problem trying to grill spaghetti. I told him you got to put it crossways.
I wasn't at the grill. I was at my stovetop.
Jess, when you make burgers,
Yes.
don't you use the kitchen every now and then?
In the winter I do. Yeah.
It's grilling season, Ace. Come on.
Speaking of that,
Join the party.
Where's our meat turtles? What's going on?
Oh, well, yesterday on the show, you showed that they had a form for the burger dogs.
Yeah.
I tested this over the weekend, and it was hard to keep them together. So I ordered a form, and we'll do it in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, we're getting burger dogs again. The premise here is, what if you're making burgers
and you want
realize,
them to look like...
and you realize you only have hot dog buns at the last minute.
Okay.
You want them to look like a turd.
Yeah.
Is what you want.
Okay. I know some really good hot dog buns. I'm going to bring them in. This is going to be fun.
Okay, good. Now,
we got a good old-fashioned dish to pass, I guess, right? Yeah.
Oh, should we all bring a side?
I think so.
I'm bringing nothing.
Oh, I'll bring
Real quick,
something.
we were talking about the dreadful song "Sugar Sugar."
Oh, I enjoyed it.
It's a great song.
Everybody loves
talking
it.
about.
This one.
Yeah.
Now, this is the band The Archies.
Honey.
Okay.
Love the comic.
Well, we're talking about
You
the
are
Archies.
my
We have a
candy
limited
girl. No, and you got me watching you.
You got the scissors.
I'll have to read it when we get back. Now. We don't have enough time.
I got the scissors back. He liked the scissors.
You know, you might be able to get something like scissors in a box of awesome.
That's exactly right. Box of Awesome partners with small businesses and emerging brands to bring you the most unique goods every month. No matter what you're into, come on, it's camping season. You know what? It's beach time. And of course, travel must-haves could be found in your bespoke post. Box of Awesome. They have everything you need for summer, like
The Gadget.
What's the gadget?
Go, gadget, box of awesome.
Yes.
This multi-tool
Was
comes...
that Dennis Miller?
No,
it's Inspector Gadget.
Oh, I thought it was Dennis
Don
Miller.
Adams.
Don Adams.
Oh, really? Does he have a cold? Or?
I think I sound remarkably like Inspector Gadget.
On Weekend Update.
Pretty close up.
I'm Inspector Gadget, and I am out of here. This multi-tool comes from SOG, Christy, a company with deep roots in the U.S. military, whose products are regularly field-proven by the U.S. Special Forces. Don't you want something they use actually in the field of battle?
Yes. And how do I get one, Chick?
Well, to get started, you just take the quiz. Go to boxofawesome.com, and those answers on the quiz will help them pick the right Box of Awesome selected especially for you. Get 20% off right now, your first monthly box, when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code Bob and Tom at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code Bob and Tom, 20% off your first box.
Coming up is a lizard in the tree. Yikes. There's an alligator in the pool. Double yikes. And there's something in your underwear. That's all coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like bug, some like Schmitz, but for me,
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, if you've ever wondered what Jess Hooker looks like, you can check her out today. Once she comes on the show, head on over to bobandtom.com/live, and you can watch the show in real time as it happens. It's the Bob and Tom live video feed. What do we charge for that? Nothing. It's free. You can watch while you listen or listen while you watch. We don't judge. bobandtom.com/live. For those of you that want to continue to listen while you listen to the Bob and Tom Show, keep it here on Bob and Tom 24/7 as we roll through this Tuesday, May 24th, with you and Jessica Hooker, Hooker the Cooker, on the way. Stay tuned.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom news update. 4 people fell off a Southern California ocean cliff before dawn yesterday in the Palos Verdes Estates area. 1 man was killed, 2 women critically injured. The 4th person was a man who suffered minor injuries. He was able to climb back up from the beach below and alert a passing officer about what was going on. The women were airlifted from the beach. Authorities say both are hospitalized in critical condition, and police are investigating the event as an accident. A man who, as a child, had a small role in the 1975 movie Jaws has ended up being the police chief of the Massachusetts island where part of the movie was filmed. Jonathan Seal got the job of police chief of Oak Bluffs last week, says he's elated, humbled, and honored about that. In the movie, Cyril played one of the 2 boys who panicked beachgoers swimming around with a fake shark fin. We all remember that. And a small brewery in Finland is offering a taste of freedom with flavor. Olal Brewing is out with a NATO-themed beer to mark Finland's bid to join the Western Military Alliance. The Otan Lager features a blue label with a cartoon of a beer-drinking medieval knight in metal armor emblazoned with NATO's compass symbol. Even the name of the beer is clever. It's a play on Finnish expression Otan Oluta, which means I'll have a beer, and of course backwards from the French abbreviation for NATO, Otan. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show. Looking to buy a new car, but the looking part is getting old hat? Well, maybe you need to try shopping at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors.
Hi, just stop into Bob Bile Motors and I'll show you my take a test drive and I'll also let you see my
That's Bob Bile Motors.
And hey guys, during Bob Bile's Celebration Bonanza Days, if you buy a car from Bob Bile Motors, I'll not only show you my and my I'll let you in the and after that, you're in the
Is that even possible? It is at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors. Why the hell shop anywhere else?
Somebody get me a towel.
Due to pending litigation, Bob Bile Motors is suspending free hunt on Fridays.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
Coming this Thursday on ABC. He's the luckiest guy alive. It's Invisible Dave and his 2 stacked roommates.
What's wrong, Cindy? It's this darn brassiere. It keeps pinching.
Oh, yeah. Feeling fine.
Yeah, mine's pinching a bit, too. Let's just take them off. Okay.
Hello. He's living rent-free and getting an eyeful.
Cindy, what do you think of my new negligee? Do you think it fits? Oh, yeah, it looks great. What do you think of mine?
He's invisible and insatiable.
Gee, Cindy, this bed sure feels lumpy. Boy, that's uncomfortable.
Come to Papa. You know you want it.
Invisible Dave and his 2 stacked roommates. Followed by the fast-paced action of pro basketball with a moral twist. Meet Carl Goodman, Amish power forward.
We have worked together, my friends. We shared the ball with he who was open, and were blessed when 2 points were bestowed upon us. Now we must pray. Oh, merciful God above us.
It's Carl Goodman, Amish power forward, right after Invisible Dave and his 2 stacked roommates. Thursday on ABC.
Ye be thar.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
There are water shortages in Nairobi after floods tore through a dam. Apparently, someone aggravated the god of irony. 5 ounces of crack cocaine were found in a toddler's diaper. Cops became suspicious when the combination of the 2 smells made the drug dog pee himself with excitement.
Yeah, dogs love diapers.
They do.
Corporate sponsors are finally signing up with the International Gay Rodeo Association. The odd thing about a gay rodeo, after the long weekend, you never know exactly why your ass is sore.
Really?
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee poised at the news desk.
Howdy, chick.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hello.
With his Foghorn Leghorn coffee cup.
That's right.
There's Jess Hooker. She's joined us.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Manning the track phone, hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
Putting makeup on his eyes.
I put eye drops in and it was like I'm crying.
Oh, I was just putting eye drops in. What do you use?
I use the Rotos.
I'm getting the look. I'm Chick McGee, and now here's Tom.
I thought you were Chick London.
Well, I don't
Chick
know
London.
at this point. After 40 years, I should change it. I don't
we
know.
like this Chick London, this
like
alternate Chick McGee. He's more
You
daring.
could be Chick London McGee.
Oh.
I guess.
I like Chick London.
Would that make
You know what, Chick? You decide when you're Chick London.
Okay.
Maybe it's just for 5 minutes a day. Maybe it's all
Maybe
day.
Chick London should be like a lounge singer or something.
Does he have an accent?
Very, very Hollywood.
Chick London's an adventurer.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody tells Chick London who Chick London is.
Chick London doesn't sit around watching TV. Chick London is out there.
Well, I think Chick London
catching VD in foreign countries.
I think he does. I think he does watch TV. He loves
Not
TV.
Chick London.
No, well, then I don't have any need for Chick London.
Chick London's a badass. He rides a motorcycle.
And Chick London has this accent of Mr. Wiggins.
Oh, I like that.
I am a Chick London.
No, that Chick London does not get laid.
You ain't nothing about a hound dog.
Let's get back to the action. Christy Lee is at the news desk. What have we missed?
City officials in Ontario, Canada, are looking into a mysterious foam that erupted from a street. CTV News.
CTV. Come on over and watch.
Very good. See TV? Of course I can see TV. If I couldn't, it'd be radio.
What, do you think my eyes are shut?
Reports that white foam has been spewing from the pavement, soaking the roads at Fountain Street and King Street in Cambridge.
Well, of course it's at Fountain Street.
Yeah, of course.
That sounds like Ghostbusters or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Patricia Thomas, who took a video of the foam coating the roadway, told CTV, quote, "It was shooting up out of the ground and it was almost like a geyser you could see. And then you realize it was like a soapy substance." The city of Cambridge said the foam was generated in the sanitary sewer system before coming out of a couple maintenance holes at the intersection. That's mysterious enough.
Leave it to Canada to have their sewer clean. I mean, usually if a sewer erupts, it's something disgusting. This is this is the cleanest sewer of all time. Wow! Congratulations,
Soapy foam.
I told you this before. I went up fishing up in Ontario, and they had the cleanest outdoor toilet I'd ever been a part of.
Canada.
It smelled beautiful. It smelled better than my bathroom.
You mean
was
like an
amazing.
outhouse?
Like an outhouse. Yes.
Oh.
What did I say?
An outdoor
It smelled good?
It smelled good.
Wow.
It was great. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, those Canadians, we have oil spills here in the States. They have soap spills.
Yeah. But we also have freedom, all right? Don't get too relaxed over there, guys.
Free.
Move to Canada if you want to. This is America.
Thank you
Okay,
very
gang?
Oh, I'm going.
Okay.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials in Michigan have intercepted a ton of marijuana that was labeled as pool toys. According to the agency, a tractor trailer underwent inspection at the 4th Street cargo facility earlier this month. An X-ray scan and a physical inspection revealed 2,175 pounds of marijuana concealed within boxes manifested as foam pool toys. I think these noodles are getting to us.
That's a great idea. Nobody's going to look in a box marked pool toys.
Well, they did.
They did, apparently.
I've heard of edibles that were floatables. Do they? Willie, can you make a bong out of one of those pool toys?
Yeah, very easily.
Really?
I can make a bong out of almost anything.
Wouldn't the foam turn into some kind of toxic gas as you?
I don't think so.
You got to be careful.
Oh, probably when you heat up plastic like that.
Yeah,
but it'd be far away from the heating element.
What about making a bong out of an apple? Have you done that?
I can do an apple. Give me a Diet Coke and a pen cap. I can make you a bong.
Boom.
Whatever you want.
Let's get high.
That college tuition, well worth it.
I went to college in Boulder, Colorado. What do you think was going to happen?
A major in Mork and Mindy? No. Bombs.
So I have a question. Isn't marijuana legal in Michigan?
Yeah.
So what do they care?
I don't know if it's legal to import it somewhere.
I was splitting hairs. Someone was trying to make a buck.
A self-starter.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules you got to follow. It's like anything else. It's like, coding for like city zoning and stuff. You can't have too many things in one place, and you can't ship too much in one place. It makes sense.
True.
You can't ship too much in one place.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
And that's why
relax over there.
That's why the Canadian outhouse didn't smell bad. You can't ship too
They're
much.
shipping it out.
One place. I'm sorry.
An Alabama fast food worker has been arrested for allegedly throwing hot grease on a customer.
Oh, my gosh.
God.
Would you like fries with that?
No, I am a fry. Thanks.
Kiss my ass. Splash.
According to the Hueytown Police Department, Hueytown, who lives there?
Wait a minute.
I hope it's Hueytown in the News is the name of their newspaper.
I hope so, too.
The city is called Hueytown?
Hueytown.
I'm going up to Hueytown.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie? Is that who lives there? What's going on? The incident stemmed from a dispute over service in the drive-thru line. The confrontation escalated, and the 50-year-old employee reportedly threw hot grease on the victim, causing second-degree burns over a large part of her body. This is horrific. The victim has since filed a civil lawsuit seeking an unspecified amount of money from the worker and the companies that operate the restaurant. The employee has been charged with assault. No, we don't know what prompted this.
Grease and salt? Man.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious. I mean,
That was Terry's first and last day at the drive-thru.
Oh, jeez.
She was charged with battering.
Well, who's this? Battering, I like.
battering.
I like That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
So would you go over and get a cup of hot grease? How do you even get that?
God.
Go over to the French fry machine?
Well, wouldn't you put a cup in hot grease? Wouldn't it melt immediately? I don't.
We don't know what the customer said.
Yeah, we don't. We have no idea why this happened.
And I hate to say this, there's like weird TikTok challenges where you get an ice cream cone and you throw it back in the drive-thru. But people are treating drive-thru employees terribly, so I'm worried this might have been some weird prank gone wrong.
So maybe the guy deserved it, is what we're saying here.
I'm saying if you're pranking,
No, Tom.
if you're pranking minimum wage employees, you deserve a lot worse. I think.
Yeah, you throw an ice cream cone at me, you're getting a turd back quick. If I can cough one up.
Cough one up.
If you're coughing,
coughing
you
up,
tastes terrible. See a doctor.
You got a lot more problems than somebody throwing something at you. You're upside down. Am I right?
You're upside down in that car.
Wow, that is really awful.
Yeah.
the hot grease would stick to you, and
It's awful. Secondary burns are awful. That's a horrible story. Why did I do it? I don't know.
Because we're trying to get people to behave.
Okay. Is that what we're doing?
That's a good don't do that.
Now, you worked the drive-thru famously.
Welcome to Arby's.
That was your first radio job. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, welcome to Arby's. May I take your order, please? Oh, I was good.
Now, did you just handle the mic, or did you have to pass the food back and forth?
Oh, no, I handled the register, the mic, got the food. I did it all. I was good.
I robbed them blind.
Did you work at the one across the street from your high school?
Yep.
Yeah.
I opened that store.
Did you really?
Yes. Really? I was one of the very first employees.
Now,
we opened that
when you walk in, are you kind of like ex officio?
No, they don't know me.
Miss Lee
A legacy.
Miss Lee is here. Free horsey sauce.
She's third down all the way to the left of our wall of fame here at Arby's.
I have a horror story about that, actually.
What?
Uh-oh.
When I worked at Arby's, I asked for a day off. I think I changed. You know, you change days with somebody or something because I wanted to go to a party or something, and the store got robbed that night.
Wow, so the person who wasn't supposed to be there technically that day.
Nobody got hurt, and this person that worked for me was out in the dining room area. They didn't even know she was there, but still, I felt horrible to this day. So if you're listening, I apologize.
We're supposed to believe that you didn't have anything to do with the robbery.
No,
Right.
you took
or something.
What are the odds?
Sounds to me like you were party to a robbery.
No, I had nothing to do with the robbery.
Were there alibis?
That's almost as good as my friend's story. He was supposed to be on Pan Am.
Almost as good.
Well, he was supposed to be on Pan Am Flight 103, and something came up, and he didn't.
That's a whole different story.
What was that flight?
Nobody got hurt in my story.
Was that a plane crash or a
Yes.
Pan Am 103?
Famous man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 44. There's a chance that happened.
Oh, doesn't mean being literate isn't really a.
Oh, you're right. I just ordered the book.
Obscure
Catastrophic plane crashes.
Obscure references.
It's a good read.
Next time I'll see if I have a buddy that was going to take the Hindenburg, because you might have stumbled on that in your so-called read.
Yeah, I have heard of that.
Okay. What was it?
Hasn't Pan Am been defunct for 40 years? I don't know.
Yeah.
60, 40 years. Let's see when Pan Am.
Hey, did we talk about the new Arby's burger?
It was 88. I'm sorry. We were, the last news story, we were throwing hot grease at customers at a
we're not going to be
fast
doing
food place.
No.
Okay.
New York City has removed its last what? What are you guessing?
Payphone.
Phone booth, yeah.
What?
Did you already see it?
No, you asked me.
That was right. According to USA Today, the city's final.
We never host a game show, Christy.
Here, hang on. Ask me again. Go ahead.
New York City has removed its last what?
Coin-operated horse. I missed it. Okay, what is it?
Better guess.
What is it, Christy?
No, it is a payphone. The final
of a
payphone
bitch.
was located on 7th Avenue.
This is kind of scary.
Why?
Why?
Huh? Why,
Mr. Change?
Why?
Everything's changing.
Well, I mean, first of all, how are Bill and Ted going to travel? Not to mention Doctor Who or Superman. No.
Officials first began.
Does everybody have a cell phone? Is that the conclusion?
Pretty much.
Yeah, and they've got those big tablet things on the street where you can charge your phone, you can make emergency calls.
Let's be honest. For the last 10 years, this payphone has been a urinal.
You're probably right.
True.
I mean, how's a man supposed to do a decent drug deal or get a whore anymore?
A whore in a phone booth?
Because you have a burner phone. Everyone knows that.
Okay, whatever. No, I just...
Ask Donnie Baker.
Okay.
Officials first began removing payphones in 2015.
Nope, coin-operated horses.
Hey, how come all these payphones are painted white in the inside? Well, that's not paint.
What? Oh, you mean it's semen? Yeah.
DNA.
Yeah, that's funny.
Officials first began removing payphones in 2015 after a company was chosen to replace the payphones with, as Willie just brought up, Link NYC kiosks that offer free high-speed Wi-Fi to those nearby. Link NYC also offers free phone calls and a charging station for mobile devices. The last payphone will be moved to the Museum of the City of New York in the exhibit Analog City. We built this analog, which offers a look back at the city before the rise of technology.
The big problem is getting rid of all that technology. They don't know what to do with it. They can't throw it in the ocean. They can't. The half-life is dangerous.
Weren't you going to buy one of the British red
I would like at some point
booths?
to get a red phone booth.
Didn't they ship a bunch of those over here?
I don't know if they did or not. I hadn't heard about
Now,
them.
those are still in existence, aren't they?
I think so, aren't they? I don't know. I haven't been to London. Are they?
If they turned those into charging stations, they should keep the same look and stuff.
Yeah,
those are so
that'd
iconic.
be cool.
Yeah, they're assuming everyone has a cell phone. And
well, they have the.
But aren't there places that still require them to print all the phone books, and they put them on your front porch? You immediately throw them in the garbage can.
I think now you have to request the phone book.
Yeah,
in many places.
But
you request a phone book, don't you?
No, God, no. I don't want a phone book at all.
Right.
But I mean, I know that there were places where they were, cutting down lots of trees so they could make phone books that, literally, they would arrive and you would immediately see all of them immediately in the garbage cans. And it was mandated by the city or whatever that they had to print them because some people don't have.
It's hard to keep up with what you're against. You're against removing phone booths, and you're against phone books, but.
No.
Right, you think it'd be both or none.
Yeah, you want landlines, but you don't want.
No. I was just curious if they. I thought you would think they would have to leave a few, but I guess not.
Do we still have operators?
Operator.
Do you do that? And be honest. When you make a call, do you say the first thing you say is, "Hello, Mildred, can you get me?"
No, I would.
And do you use 7 numbers, or do you say things like KL5421? 7.
Connect me, Mildred. Will you?
Okay, wait hang on a second.
And you know what KL5 is?
555.
Klondike.
555.
So it's Klondike 5-2000.
Right, but does KL5 bother you as much as?
No. When you were a kid, Chick, what was your designation?
852.
No, but was it? I was Skyline 1.
No, we had 298.
Ours was UL2.
Oh, you didn't have a cool name for it?
No.
Skyline 8. What the hell's that?
That's my password.
Well, I don't want to know your password.
No, that's just for my banking and computers and personal.
Oh, great. But what's the number?
Well, personal stuff. Yes.
Is it SL8?
What's wrong?
No, SKYLIN. But yeah, that was the designation. I don't know why they did that, but instead of saying 75, it was Skyline.
758. Okay.
Just for fun. I don't know why they did it, but they did. Well. I know what I was just going to ask.
Yes.
Can you do your Don Adams shoe phone?
Shoe phone.
You tried Don Adams earlier this morning.
On my way. It was Pat.
I'm on my way.
That's not bad.
Missed it by that much.
That's good. That's pretty good. And where was his phone? Tell Miss Hooker.
It was a shoe.
Yeah,
and you would take it off, take a shoe off and talk into it.
That's a Get Smart. That's not
right. That's not Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
But
and this was the theme song.
To Get Smart.
He pulls up in his car.
Yep.
Great show.
Remember the Inspector Gadget thing? Yep. Inspector Gadget.
They really worked hard on that, huh? Inspector Gadget.
I love that cartoon.
Okay. Well, goodbye, phones.
Goodbye,
Is
phones.
this going to be happening everywhere?
I would assume, probably.
I haven't seen a payphone in forever.
No, right?
There's one not too far from my house.
There's one this way from here. There's a couple, actually.
And usually you see a guy pull up, he's on a cell phone, walks up to the payphone, so he's either dealing drugs or it's a prostitute.
Maybe his phone died.
No,
Christy, he's got his side piece on the phone.
How do you even know a phone number to call somebody?
What's he looking for, Josh?
Yeah, typically sweet pudding.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. And that was Terry's last day at the track. That'd be funnier if I could do a Morgan Freeman voice. I'm sorry. Christy,
This is kind of a cool story. A man who as a child had a key role in the movie Jaws has been named police chief on the Massachusetts island on which scenes from the 1975 movie were filmed.
Is it the little Kittner boy?
No, it wasn't. He actually...
Didn't the little Kittner boy get eaten?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no.
I'm not
Jonathan
stand here
Cyril
once you cut
played
open
one.
that shark and see that little Kittner boy spill out all over the dock. Thank you very much. Very good. And scene.
But Tom, you know the little Kittner boy was an actor. He really wasn't eaten. You realize that?
No. That one was one of the rare...
Yes.
Boy, he really wanted to be in the movie, didn't he?
Jonathan Cyril played one of 2 boys who sent beachgoers into a panic by swimming around with the fake shark.
Oh, sure, those 2 kids. It was his idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great scene.
Yeah.
Last week, he was offered the job of police chief in Oak Bluffs on Martha's Vineyard, where several scenes had been filmed on location.
Wow, he's still in that area and everything.
He told the Vineyard Gazette that the position is, quote, something I've been working toward my whole career.
All right.
The movie Jaws centers, of course, on the efforts of a police chief in a fictional resort town trying to rid the local waters of a killer shark for those 3 people who haven't seen Jaws.
Everybody get out of the water.
Now, but
what?
Who was the one that didn't want? The mayor was the one that didn't want everything shut down, right?
Right, of course. It's the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, you can't lose all that money.
Yeah.
I wonder, did his campaign take in the? Did he promise everyone's going to get a bigger boat? did he do something in the Roy Scheider tradition? One of the great lines, an ad lib, right?
Apparently, it's crazy.
Now,
I can't believe you've never seen Jaws.
Never seen it.
It's great.
It's one of my kids' favorite movies.
I'll watch it.
It's great.
Yeah.
It kind of invented the summer blockbuster.
It did.
Yeah.
I got to watch that. I got to watch Roadhouse. I got to watch Godfather.
We're going to have a Roadhouse party.
You haven't seen Godfather?
No.
What?
None of those people wear capes.
Josh, that was
the one Don does.
Brilliant a review as I've ever heard, because I don't fancy.
Today, when I go home and lock myself in my house, and I get peace of mind from my Simply Safe do-it-yourself home security system, maybe I'll watch The Godfather. What do you think of that? Ha-ha.
Followed by Jaws, followed by Roadhouse. It'd be a
There you
great
go.
day.
It's a full day. You know that Simply Safe not only protects you from outside people breaking in, but it also protects your house from itself. This is Terry's story, a Simply Safe customer. Terry was away for the weekend at her daughter's wedding. The morning of the big day, got a call from Simply Safe's 24/7 professional monitoring center. They let her know their system had detected water in her basement. If you know anything about houses, water in the basement, never good. And time is critical. Even an inch of flooding costs thousands and thousands of dollars.
And the Tory family just couldn't afford that.
And damages. That's right, Terry Tory.
Every day he does this. Every day we run out of time.
Simply Safe detected water, and the Tories managed to get the water turned off, and it was a happy ending. It was a beautiful weekend. Simply Safe, 24/7 professional monitoring. You can have someone always having your back, just like Terry. And plans cost under $1 a day with no long-term contracts or hidden fees. Customize the perfect system for your home online and then install it yourself. Go to simplysafetom.com and we have specials for you. Go today and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com.
Thank you very much, Simply Safe. Christy, give me the teaser. What's up next?
Oh, yeah. Coming up, we have a lot of animal news. We have lizards rescued out of a tree. We have a tree kangaroo and dolphins and an interesting dolphin urine story.
I already.
Tree kangaroo.
Every morning, a shot of dolphin urine.
They called him Pisser, Pisser.
Yellower than lightning.
That's good. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes, yes. And we were talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, will there be, feminine hygiene commercials, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you to... Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, don't forget about the Bob and Tom Show app. Do you have that on your phone? You know someone who might like the Bob and Tom Show app? You should tell them it's free and available in the iTunes or Google Play Store. Depending on their mobile device, they download the Bob and Tom Show app. Next thing you know, they can listen to their local radio station through the app. They can tune into us here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the show. Imagine that. Christy Lee, the first voice you hear in the morning. Good morning. Here's your news from the Bob and Tom Show. That was a bad Christy Lee, but you get my point. The Bob and Tom Show app. It should be on your phone. Heck, it should be on every phone. Let's make that happen, people. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Jason Tatum scored 31. Celtics pounded Miami Heat last night early. They jump out to a 26-4 lead and cruise a 102-82 win that evened the Eastern Conference Finals at 2 games apiece, Game 5 in Miami. NHL playoffs, Tampa Bay Lightning complete a 4-game sweep of the Panthers, a 2-0 win, and Colorado beat St. Louis by a score of 6-3. Interleague action in Major League Baseball, Cardinals beat Toronto 7-3, Arizona over Kansas City 9-5. American League winners, Baltimore, Minnesota, Cleveland, and Seattle. And in the National League, Pittsburgh, the Cubs, Dodgers, Philly, the Mets, and San Diego all win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
The little secret is out today. It took all this time for her to say, Mom went all the way with JFK. He was one of our presidents many, many years ago. He had a bad back, so they took it slow. Mom went all the way with JFK.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time that saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
We're in a gym today to find out what athletes need after they've had a big workout. Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
You look pretty sweaty.
Yeah. I just jogged 5 miles. I did the weights. Did some step aerobics. God, I'm dying.
What do you need after a big workout like that?
I could use a big glass of water.
Water?
Yeah.
You don't want water. You need something to replace your bodily fluids. Get you back on your feet again.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, what do you got?
Here, try this.
What is it?
Thirspiration Plus.
Thirspiration Plus, huh?
Replaces all your bodily fluids after a big workout.
All right, I'll try it. Jesus, what is that? Tastes like sweat.
It is sweat. Well, the little coloring. We added some carbonation, but
What are you trying to do to me?
Thirspiration Plus replaces all your bodily fluids lost during a big workout. Thirspiration Plus. Bodily sweat and icy cold jump.
Come here, you crazy son of a...
I borrow your shirt and your shorts for later.
You're sick.
Thirspiration Plus. Lemon lime, tropical punch, or clear.
Can I borrow your shorts for later?
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Ed Yeager.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you again.
I'm glad football season's almost here. I love football.
I do too.
I was I was in a hotel room, and I was watching a football game, and I opened the drawer, I pull out the Bible, I turned to John 3:16. Mm-hmm. And it actually says, "Sitteth thee in the end zone with a large sign."
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I'm blind. Jeez.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's
Annapolis 500.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hey, chick.
Jess Hooker joins us. She's working on a secret recipe in the kitchen. This is exciting. There's Ace Cosby.
Mr. London.
Oh.
Chick London.
Oh, Mr. London. There's Willie Griswold.
That's Dr. London to you.
I didn't spend years in doctor school. I'm Chick McGee, and here's
Is there a major medical school that says a sign out front? Doctor school.
Well, I hope so. That would be all right.
Guatemala. Yeah, probably is Guatemala.
We just had an interesting story about the movie Jaws.
Yes.
Willie indicated he has never seen the movie Jaws.
I am really shocked by that.
I mean, if only there was the person, who raised me.
Recognize this?
Yeah, I know the theme to Jaws.
Of course you do.
A little half-step action.
You never watched Jaws with your kids? What kind of dad are
you
you?
don't have a family movie night, guys?
Come on.
Family.
What a jerk you are.
Oh, this is good stuff.
This is themed to Godfather, Willie.
Oh, that is
The
so.
first movie your dad took you to, Willie?
Bad Santa, right?
We definitely went to go see that one. I mean, probably like Toy Story or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Now, when they were really little, we did go to see Bad Santa by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was a R-rated movie. Sorry about that. Hope you recovered.
No one will be seated during the bathrooms.
With all the hype around the sequel, I've never seen Top Gun.
What?
Top Gun is really good, and the sequel looks like it's going to be great.
You've seen Top Gun, right?
I have not seen Top Gun. I've seen that volleyball scene a couple times, though. Middle school.
Is that right?
You're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
You didn't know what you wanted to do?
No, you got to figure it out.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what middle school all about, isn't it?
Trying to find out if you're gay? Not for most people, I'm going to say.
I mean, all my classmates were telling me I was, so I just thought I'd figure it out.
Oh, all right.
Do a little research.
Maybe they should have a hat they put on you, like
a gay hat?
No, the talking hat.
Oh yeah. You're in Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Or whatever the hell. Hufflepuff.
Yes.
Are you reading Harry Potter?
In Harry Potter, it determines which dorm you live in.
Right.
Wouldn't it be a lot easier if every kid in middle school is handed a hat, the gay, straight,
I don't know what the
everything.
disease is. I don't know what's going on, but you have that disease that no matter what you're doing, you think everyone else is doing it at the same time.
And I think it's hard to find a lot of commonality in this
The
world.
Sorting Hat is well known.
Yeah, I think that
Is
it's one of the most best-selling series of books in history. I think a handful of folks in our audience read.
Tom, you got to get your girls to Universal Studios for that Harry Potter world. When you're standing in line for one of the roller coasters, the Sorting Hat is there talking.
Oh my God,
it's awesome.
Yeah, I think we're going next month.
Yeah,
they'd plots.
Said to the girls, do you want to go to New York City or do you want to go to Disney World?
Well,
guess what happened?
Yeah.
You're running out of this month.
What did I say? No, next month.
Next month, he said.
Okay. Now, we were playing the Jaws theme because the actor who played one of the kids that has the fake fin in the movie Jaws.
Right.
He made me do it.
He's now actually the
He's the police
chief in Martha's Vineyard. Kind of a cool story. Kind of a fun story.
Yeah.
Now, what else have you got over there?
Firefighters in New Jersey rescued a 4-foot-long monitor lizard out of a tree recently.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there watching things.
Woolwich Fire Company said crews were dispatched to the High Hill Estate development after a resident spotted the lizard sunbathing in a tree. Who's he hurting?
Yeah, leave it alone.
Photos shared by the department show firefighters using a ladder to reach the perched reptile. NJ.com shared a video of an animal control officer wrestling the lizard down from the tree and into a cage.
Probably trying to get the half-dead cat out of its mouth.
Firefighters said the lizard was transported to the county facility for departure to a new home.
Aren't those things really dangerous?
Monitor lizards? No, you're thinking of Komodo dragons.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how a monitor lizard ended up in New Jersey.
Somebody's pet, probably.
Then why wouldn't they find out who? As it says, they're taking it to a new home.
I saw that movie. Maybe someone was going to eat it.
Oh.
What movie?
The Freshman.
Was that a monitor
that's
lizard?
right. The Underground Supper Club.
That's a great movie.
That's fun. That's a fun flick.
You ever seen that one, Willie?
No, it's not. I'm thinking of the one with Hoffman. What's that one called? Directed by Mike Nichols. Which one's that?
The Graduate?
The Graduate. Is that two different movies?
Yeah.
Two totally different movies.
Yeah, much different.
Yeah.
The Graduate, The Freshman, they're similar.
I never watched The Freshman because he won't shut up about it. That's why I didn't watch it.
It's a really good movie. Matthew Broderick.
Yeah. Marlon Brando.
Burt Parks.
I actually did watch that one.
The Burt Parks?
That's right.
There is a great Burt Parks. No, I mean,
that's impossible.
Almost as good as when Burt Parks was on WKRP in Cincinnati.
B.D. Wong is really funny in it.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
B.D.
he's
Wong,
good.
yeah.
I think you would like
Bruno
it.
Kirby. You would like it. Yeah, it's great.
Bruno Kirby's dead. Did you know that?
I did know that, yeah.
It's a bummer.
So's Marlon Brando.
That happens.
Yeah.
People in
So's
movies
Burt Parks.
eventually, they don't live forever. Except on the silver screen.
That's right, in our hearts.
Cuts down the amount of food they need, so there's that's a plus.
So craft service isn't a problem. Yeah.
The Bronx Zoo has announced the birth of a rare tree kangaroo. Zoo director Jim Brahaney said the arrival of the Massishi's tree kangaroo Joey is an exciting birth for the Bronx Zoo.
Joey.
And a unique opportunity for people to observe one of nature's most intriguing evolutionary adaptations. The Machis tree kangaroo is native to Papua New Guinea and is listed as endangered. The species is much smaller than Australia's well-known red kangaroo, with an adult male weighing between 20 and 25 pounds. Aw.
Never
heard of it.
Want one.
I haven't either. They have little pockets.
Well, yeah, they're a kangaroo.
I mean, they all have them?
That's what defines a marsupial. They have a pocket.
Oh, that really? I'm sorry.
I
I'm
believe,
not up on my
right?
kangaroo stuff, but
If you see a marsupial, saying he's marsupial, carrying a hold all or a leather bag, they're not marsupial. He's masquerading. This thing is hideous.
I like cheese.
It's like
Oh, they're very cute.
It's like it's looking into your soul. Look at
It's like a
that.
tiny little bear.
Yeah, they're cute.
They
does
kinda
look like a little bear.
He looks worried, though, doesn't he? He's really worried.
But he's smiling. He doesn't want you to worry, which I like.
I'm not really worried. No,
Everything's fine.
Yeah. Some guy's taking my picture. You think that's a gun?
Yeah, he looks like a president that's
so
got terrible
cute.
news.
Yeah, these are
in.
cute.
how big are the tree kangaroos?
20 to 25 pounds. I just said
Like
that.
she said.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was over here trying to find a picture of the damn thing. I can't even spell it.
The damn, you're legitimately angry. I
You
love
can't
this.
spell tree kangaroo.
Okay. I see. Well,
I see, yeah.
G-A.
they're endangered, as you
I said that, yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because they're not wearing helmets. They're way up high. Of course, they fall down. Put a helmet on that little critter. What do they call is it Joey any baby or just the male?
Yeah, Joey's a baby kangaroo.
Even male or female?
Yes.
Okay. It's like a neutral name. You've got
Also, it's like a Joey and a Julie.
because you've got your Joey Bishop and your Joey Heatherton.
Yeah, there you go.
Josh, I would have gone with like Joey and Monica or Joey and Rachel. Made a Friends joke there.
Anybody.
okay.
Yeah, because that's relatable, not Joey Heatherton and Joey Bishop.
Right. Anything in the last 30 years instead of the last 60 years.
Okay, sorry. Hang on.
Joey Heatherton and Joey Bishop.
Okay, most famous Joey what? Joey Fatone? Who was the most famous Joey? Right?
That's got to be up there.
Joey from Friends.
Joey Fatone.
Now, who's the
Joey
famous?
Fatone.
Who's the famous female Joey?
I don't think there is any since Joey Heatherton passed away.
Oh, she's dead.
I think.
Okay.
Either that or she doesn't look too good. I can tell you that.
Joey Behar.
That's Joey.
Oh, it's not Joey Behar?
No.
No.
Some mornings.
And then the words entertainment don't go together with her. When we come back, we have more animal hunks. We have a happy story with a dog.
Joey Lauren Adams.
Never heard of her.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Chime in with an email. Send to Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, this is exciting. Thank you very much for being here. You're on the Albert Brooks Show. And what is it you do for a living?
I do radio, actually.
Really?
Yes.
You do radio?
Yes.
That's incredible. So that's exciting. All right, we'll be right back. Come on! You do radio. This is a television show. Nobody cares. Help me out. You go back to your table. You have a life. My career's in the toilet. And then big smiles. Welcome back. We were kidding off the air. She's a killer, this one. So you were telling me before that you do radio.
Yes.
That's exciting. What do you do actually in radio?
I do news.
You do news?
Yes.
Really?
I'm a newsreader.
You are a newsreader.
Yes.
I didn't know. That's
Yes.
great. We'll be right back. Come on! You read the news.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom, all the time, in your ear.
In your face. I'm Mark Allison. Good morning. Hey, the laughter after the Bob and Tom Show on the way. We call it Bob and Tom's Work Farce. All the fun without really that much effort. Actually, it requires no effort. You just keep it here on Bob and Tom 24/7. We'll keep that smile going all day and keep your coworkers guessing what's making you so darn happy. It's us right here on Bob and Tom 24/7 as we roll through this Tuesday. Jessica Hooker the cooker, everybody. And don't forget to get in your relationship letters. Allie Breen coming up on Wednesday's show in the 9 o'clock hour. Dear Allie, also sexy time, as Tom likes to call it. AllieBreen.com, ALLIBREEN. Allie Breen across all social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, she is there. And she is hot. Allie Breen coming up tomorrow right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. The Boss is hitting the road again, this time bringing his E Street Band. They will launch an arena tour in February in the States, followed by a series of stadium shows starting in Europe in April. A second U.S. leg of the tour will then begin in August. Specific stops have not been announced. However, the Boss and his band haven't toured since 2017, and Bruce says he's looking forward to seeing his great and loyal fans next year. John Baptiste promises he will always give it his all to leave a profound and meaningful legacy after being named to Time magazine's list of most influential people of 2022. Other musicians on the list, Miranda Lambert, Mary J. Blige, Adele, and Questlove. And Lee Greenwood has his own signature firework. Greenwood and firework manufacturer Black Cat have teamed to create the Proud to be an American Lee Greenwood 42 Report firework. Greenwood calls it a beautiful assembly of red, white, and blue to honor our great country. It's available in limited release for Memorial Day and then wider release for Independence Day. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker. And the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like those dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God. You can hear the show here in the morning, and then because you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
They both make a living in their bare feet. Catching one is like a treat, and they both hang out right there by the shell. They both walk slow at a simple pace, both afraid to show their face, but only one has a built-in place to hide. Turtles and whores, turtles and whores. I love them turtles and whores. They both advertise a little tail, move so much and never get mail. They both go by the same nickname, Snapper. Daddy never told about the birds and bees, but always talked about both these and made it clear only one was fit to eat. Turtles and whores.
Yeah.
Turtles and whores. I love them turtles and hoes.
Turtles and hoes.
Now, if you catch one, here's some advice. One is dirty and the other ain't nice. So be polite and always walk up from behind. Make small talk, never let them see fear. Don't work alone, just bait or beer. And when you're done, just drop them by the river. Turtles and whores.
Everybody.
Turtles and whores. I've caught both while fishing. I'm always on a mission. And they both hate the kitchen. Turtles and whores.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
But it's strange living back in America, you know. I mean, America's like a foreign country to me in a lot of ways.
Why?
I don't know. Things are weird. You know, I have friends that don't eat bread anymore. Everybody's on a low-carb diet.
Well.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom.
I'll give you some info on that in a few minutes.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, chick.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline, hot phone.
Howdy.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hey.
There's Jess Hooker.
Hi.
And we have a drink recipe this morning. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold as he's staring at his drink like he's never seen a cup of ice before.
Yep.
Nice half moon's worth of lime. Looks delightful.
Yeah, so this is a TikTok trend again. It's called Dirty Soda, and it originated in Utah, where people...
Should we try it before the description comes?
If you want to, but I'm going to tell you where it comes from. So it comes from Utah, in a state where a lot of people don't drink alcohol or coffee.
Okay.
So they beef up their sodas. So you're going to want to squeeze your lime into your dirty soda. Yep.
All right.
And it's called that. It looks like dirty soda water.
It's dirty soda. So then stir it up and give it a taste, and I'll walk you guys through what it is if you want. Olivia Rodrigo actually is who kind of brought this trend into play.
Bendy straw.
Bendy straw.
My gosh, it's so stretchy.
I know, it's really good.
Whoa.
Look at that bendy straw.
Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
There's a world of flavor in this.
It's really good.
Didn't you go see Olivia Rodrigo? Is that right?
The girls want to see Olivia Rodrigo, yeah. She's great.
So there's a chain. There's a couple of chains in Utah that do these kind of sodas, and one is called Swig, and they use Dr. Pepper, coconut cream, like a syrup or any other kind of coconut cream that you would want, and then a splash of heavy cream, and that's called a dirty soda.
Good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, it is pretty
rich.
Good.
Yeah, squeeze the lime in there. And
Yep, it's very good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Christy, you could pour 2-3 shots of vodka in there.
That's what we were talking about.
Was
You
in
could
the
put
green
some.
room.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spoil
Irish that up, yeah.
I go, what are we making there? Is there alcohol in it?
I have some in my glove box if you want me to grab it.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's oddly good, right? I was not anticipating that.
I assume this is like 1,000 calories.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's full strength Dr. Pepper. That's diesel Dr. Pepper you're working with there. So.
and fresh cream.
Fresh, yeah. Heavy whipping cream, yeah.
We'll
and then,
post the recipe.
Yeah, we will, actually.
God, that is really good.
It's fine. I would just order a Dr. Pepper. There's not enough difference for me not to just have a Dr. Pepper.
Well, of course there is.
It's vastly different.
You don't taste the coconut at all?
You don't,
and there's
it's
some
negligible.
So do you work that tongue so much in your sexcapades that you no longer taste?
I don't.
No.
You burned so many
don't taste
pizza crusts in your life that you can't taste the difference between...
I just got all coconut cream.
Yeah, so that coconut didn't dissolve really well. You're going to get a chunk of it. And it's
I got a couple of chunks of coconut, too.
I don't taste Dr. Pepper at all because I don't like Dr. Pepper. But
Really?
This is good, yeah.
Really?
Interesting.
Does anybody else have a little coconut garnish on top that's very stringy and looks a little...
Did you see me squirt it out?
No,
Were you
I didn't.
standing there when I was... yeah.
You ever see Josh squirt it?
Oh, right.
Boy,
No,
you are
actually,
really...
no.
What are you talking about, my sperm?
Again?
You know, when you're playing with yourself.
The pizza.
So
You
sorry.
know,
You
when
got
you
your
shoot
pizza.
at the ceiling.
I'm so
you know
sorry.
that thing.
Coming up,
You're waiting for your pizza to be done. You're standing in front of the oven playing with yourself.
knock one off.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Here's the time I can
Christy,
masturbate.
could we get
Yeah.
back to the news? What have we missed over there?
Well, while we're on the subject, I guess, researchers have learned dolphins can recognize each other from the taste of their urine.
Oh.
Wow.
Who can't?
Scientists at the University of St. Andrews made this discovery after testing how dolphins reacted to urine samples from different individuals. Who sits around and thinks about this? Professor Vincent Janik said, quote, "We still know very little about how the sense of taste works in dolphins, but they have unusual sensory cells on their tongue that are probably involved in this detection of individual tastes of other animals."
He sounds like a Bond villain.
Yeah, he does.
Professor Janik.
We teach the dolphins to spy.
Tasting their urine.
They will taste their piss.
They say that there are people that can do that.
What?
R. Kelly fans?
No. Chuck Berry was famous for he'd be blindfolded and then he'd keep.
Okay.
Weren't you a groupie in Columbus, Ohio?
Oh, well, that's Maybelline.
Can't you be true? That is just weird.
Pat, what do you got for us?
I got something. The guitar's up. I think we're ready. Do I know that dolphin? Maybe so. I better check her urine flow. Does she have a business card? No, she doesn't have a card. There's her name on her phone. Dolphins don't have phones. If you want to know if she's a friend or foe, it's in her piss.
That's where it is.
Wait, does she piss on me? No. Man, that's awful smelly. Do I piss on her? No, that's R. Kelly. Do you think her name's Mary? Try the Chuck Berry. It's in her piss.
That's where it is.
I had no idea that we got Chuck Berry and R. Kelly in there twice.
You guys beat me to it, but that's the way it goes.
That's okay.
That's how animals do stuff.
That really, by tasting each other's urine.
Look at dogs; they smell it.
They don't taste it.
Well, yeah, dogs
Well,
do the
how
poo,
do you?
right?
If you're underwater, Christy, if you sniff, you're going to drown. Right?
You know, now that you've explained it to me,
Yep.
I feel.
I mean, if you try,
I just feel smarter knowing you.
I'm glad you
if you try smelling stuff underwater, you're
Yeah.
going to drown.
Yeah, that'll be hard.
Yeah,
But
I guess
when you're underwater, you come up and you taste it.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's Flipper. Okay, good.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Just
Was Flipper just the lassie of the sea?
Yes.
Yeah.
The lassie of the sea.
You know, like
Flipper was the lassie.
It would just save people and
Oh,
stuff.
I loved Flipper. That
And
was a
you know,
great
Flipper,
show.
that was actually Flipper in the tank for the Miami Dolphins when Danny Thomas owned part of the Dolphins.
Are you serious?
They would bring Flipper down, and he or she, I'm not sure what that Dolphin was, would flip the football up through the goalpost. And the Dolphins would score.
There were multiple flippers.
Oh, there were multiple. Yeah, but I think it was actually the
Flipper?
The Flipper.
The TV Flipper.
Yeah, but there's multiple TV flippers. He didn't live the whole time.
Don't you love it at the end of the movie when they have the thing at the end of a movie that Rex
Dolphins live a
played
long
by
time.
Fido?
Dolphins
Yeah, I always like that too.
Dolphins
You see what
live
their real names
70, 80 years.
Really?
No.
It could be
I don't
true.
think
I don't know.
I don't think the TV show lasted very long. So
Oh, really?
only one Flipper.
Okay.
Good theme song.
Was it?
Flipper,
Flipper, faster than lightning.
It was on for 3 seasons. It started in 1964.
But it was in reruns forever.
Oh. Is the dolphin from Flipper still alive?
No, there's no way.
Chick.
No. She was 40 when she died, though.
Oh.
Whoa.
Female bottlenose dolphins have been known to live for more than 60 years.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Do you mean my pet dolphin's going to outlive me?
On
Holy
average,
hell.
dolphins have a life expectancy of about 10 to 20. But it depends.
But I need to, Jess was correct. BB, the last of the 7 bottlenose dolphins that starred in the Flipper TV series, has died. So there were 7 of them.
Dolphins kept in captivity are the happiest dolphins on the planet. Oh, this is SeaWorld.com.
Careful.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have a, believe it or not, we have a tribute.
Look up prisons now. That's always a good read.
We have a tribute to Flipper.
Oh, I'd like to hear
This is obscure.
Oh, yeah.
Let's give it a listen. Here we go.
Let me ask you more about your dad. Now, someone told me that your dad was a singer. Is that true?
No, he's not a singer. He was one of those guys. I mean, not only being cheap, he was the kind of guy that sit in front of the TV set and tried to sing everything on the tube.
Oh, Lord. What's wrong with that?
Everything. Yeah, but his whole thing was to jazz it up, whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
And so one day we're watching Flipper, Right? And you know how that flipper tune.
They call him
Flipper. No, the kids, we're just singing flipper faster than like my dad would just jazz up. Come on. No one in the sea is smarter than he. And you know Flipper lives in a world full of wonder. Lying here under the sea. Talking about Flipper.
You have a great voice.
That's scary. You're so good at that.
We backing up. You know, go ahead, Daddy, sing that Flipper song.
You sing beautifully.
Oh, that's great voice.
Kind of a high voice, like kind of an Aaron Neville thing.
Yeah, you know Aaron, man. I love Aaron.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I like that dude. He's kind of ticked me off because he's singing that commercial now for cotton. But I guess that's progress. I heard that song out there. Aaron goes, "Mountain touch, the feeling, it lingers all day long. The touch, that feel of cotton. Oh, I love this song." I'm thinking, that's all right, man, but we picked this stuff for 300 years. Eh? Brother could have picked a better tune to sing. He's just as bad as that brother up there in Lake Edna for KFC. We do chicken right. Nobody realized that's the only brother in Lake Edna. His butt's cooking chicken. Now, what kind of joke is that?
Kiwi Rogers and his tribute to his dad. That's a beautiful,
He did the two-seater with me at the Indy 500 that year. Do you remember that on
That's
Carb
cool.
Day?
All right.
Yeah, he jumped in the car.
Me too.
Right now, I want to talk about.
I got a Kiwi story.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nope, not for the air.
Sorry.
Right now, we got to talk to Josh about Omaha Steaks. Oh, yes.
Happy to tell you about them.
Tell me more.
Well, spring is here. Let Omaha Steaks make it easy to stock up on all your grilling favorites. I'm genuinely excited. The grilling season is back. And that Omaha Steaks is here for us. OmahaSteaks.com. Enter BTS into the search bar. Order the spring grilling pack
bouncing
today.
up and down.
Sit still.
I love it. You'll save over 50% with that grilling pack. Plus, you'll get 4 Omaha Steaks burgers and 4 boneless chicken breasts free with your order. This package has it all, my friends. The butcher-cut filet mignons, boneless pork chops, delicious caramel apple tartlets. And I'll tell you what, make sure you order yourself some extra Jumbo Franks. Don't you dare call them hot dogs. They are Jumbo Franks, and you'll see exactly why. When you grill them up, they plump up so well. You throw them in a bun, and the smiles will never cease to be. Omaha Steaks delivers perfection in every single bite, every single time. Consistency, that's one of the reasons they have been around for as long as they have. OmahaSteaks.com. Type keyword BTS into the search bar. Order today. There's a reason why Omaha Steaks has been the leader of gourmet steaks and food for, 10 years, 20? No, over a century. No one, and I mean no one, comes close to matching the flavor, tenderness, and value of Omaha Steaks. That's OmahaSteaks.com. Keyword BTS. Order the spring grilling pack today. Don't forget, you're going to get 4 Omaha steak burgers and 4 chicken breasts free. That's OmahaSteaks.com, keyword BTS.
Thank you very much, Josh. When we come back, we're going to hear from Flipper's brother. Who's currently doing those commercials for ED medication.
Oh, yeah? Who's that?
Flopper.
I see.
When we return. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
5 days away from the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500, and you can catch all of the pre-race action right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. The tradition continues. Another Bob and Tom 24/7 special, race day morning. It's the Bob and Tom Show. That's right. We get you all set for the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500 live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and you can tune in for free seat listening right here on Bob and Tom 24/7 from the comfort of your living room, your couch, in your car, wherever you are. Race day morning. Tune in and join us. Indy 500 Race Day morning. If you've never experienced it, what are you waiting for? This Sunday is the day. The Bob and Tom Show right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. I'll be there. Hope to see you as well. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Americans becoming less supportive of punishing Russia for launching its invasion of Ukraine. If it comes at the expense of the U.S. economy, a sign of rising anxiety over inflation and other challenges. It's according to a new poll from the AP Nork Center for Public Affairs Research. It finds that while broad support for U.S. sanctions has not faltered, the balance of opinion on prioritizing sanctions over the economy has shifted. Americans interviewed by the AP detail how they've had to cut back on driving and spending and want the White House to focus on domestic concerns, even as people do have sympathy for Ukraine. Asian shares mostly lower as worries over inflation temper optimism over President Joe Biden's remark he was considering reducing U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports. Benchmarks fell in Tokyo, Seoul, Shanghai, and Hong Kong, but rose slightly in Sydney. Oil prices and U.S. futures lower. Biden announced a new economic and trade initiative with the region Monday while on a visit to Japan. He also confirmed to reporters he planned to discuss the issue of punitive tariffs imposed on China during former President Donald Trump's administration with Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen once he returns to Washington. The comments raised optimism over a possible easing of tensions between the world's two biggest economies. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning to you. If sports is your thing, then you need to order Magic Johnson Sportscasting my way. You'll learn to butcher grammar like it's a dead cow.
Sometimes Charles do things and he does them for himself. See, what the fans should understand here is that Phoenix don't like to really set up half court.
Magic's insights will teach you how to lose your train of thought in the middle of a sentence.
You know, he's amazing. Every time he does something crazy or something.
Nobody can abruptly switch to a completely different thought like the Magic Man.
He's one of the best. If he get his feet set, hey, look out. And then also, he's having a good game. He had a good first game.
Contradictory thoughts in the same sentence? Like magic.
Kevin stumbled because his leg gave out on him in a sense. And so it's not 100% that leg, but he's doing, he's playing really well. He's not like he's favoring it at all.
Magic. Mangler.
Dan Marley is continually to help offer Byron Scott.
To get Magic Johnson Sportscasting my way, call 1-800.
Oh, get it out of here.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank.
24/7. I know.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Hi, man. This is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, chick.
Putting his capo on.
Uh-oh, you got something for us?
Oh, that takes 4 or 5 hours. Put the capo
whole
on.
operation.
Yep,
Don't get me started.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hi.
There's Jess Hooker.
Hi.
We just enjoyed a lovely recipe from the Hooker Lab.
That was really good.
Dirty soda.
Dirty soda.
Dr. Pepper, coconut.
Can you use any soda, I guess?
You can. There's lots of different variations.
There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold.
Wasn't Hooker Lab the sequel to Weird Science?
Might have been. Might have been. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Hooker Lab. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Sounds like a interesting movie.
Could be.
Well, I'm trying to perfect the perfect hooker.
Oh, you've never seen Frankenhooker? That is a real movie from the 80s.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's not as awful as the title. Well, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Frankenhooker.
Yes,
Well,
it
you
is.
know-
Is the guy taking dead bodies and turning them into
He's
prostitutes?
trying to revive, if I remember correctly, he's reviving his dead girlfriend with parts of different hookers.
Oh, wow.
So,
so really best of both worlds.
So my question is that cheating?
What?
give it a look. Frankenhooker.
What about Frank and Weenie? Remember that?
Sure.
Is he
Tim
killing
Burton
these
short
women?
film, and then the
Yeah.
Is he killing the hookers? To get the parts?
Wouldn't he be digging up dead ones? Wouldn't that be?
Yeah, I think it was. I think they were already dead.
Okay.
Oh, in the Hooker
Or
Cemetery?
maybe
Yeah.
it was something with the dude.
Yeah.
It's been a good 25 years since I've
The
watched.
Hooker Cemetery.
Okay.
See, at the end of town.
I thought Frank and Weenie had John Wayne Bobbitt in it. Didn't it?
No, I think you're right.
I
He's
think it
absolutely
did.
right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they showed his soda on Weenie.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Not in the Tim Burton thing.
They put 2 little bolts on the side of it. Yeah. Don't you remember this?
It's bolted for your pleasure.
That's right.
Okay, I'm sorry, Christy. Could we get back to anything other than Frank and Weenie?
Well, we have a Connecticut state trooper who happens to be a native of Poland. Got quite the surprise when he responded
What
to...
night does he bowl?
All right.
Sorry.
Polish people right now doing great things, helping their neighbor be quiet.
This guy got quite a surprise when he responded to an SUV with a flat tire and encountered former Polish President Wałęsa.
Where was this?
In Connecticut. State police say Trooper Lukasz Liperf arrived to the call in Tolan and was greeted by Mr. Wałęsa. Lippert, who came to the United States when he was 18, told the Hartford Courant that he spoke with Wałęsa in Polish about their homeland.
Lukasz.
He said it was definitely a great experience.
Kind of a small world.
No kidding.
A vehicle service worker changed the tire, and the 78-year-old continued on his merry way down I-84. Wałęsa had recently spoken in Hartford as part of a U.S. tour advocating for aid for refugees who have fled Ukraine. He led the nationwide solidarity movement in Poland, of course, back in the 1980s.
Solidarnosc.
That eventually toppled Poland's communist leaders through an election in 1989.
And now they're both...
And he received a Nobel Prize. What?
Both retired.
Oh, no.
Retired.
All right.
Okay.
They put a new tire on.
I don't know whether to...
Joke was a little flat.
God, thank you, Pat.
To get you help or...
You know that one of his cop buddies said, "Well, how many bullocks does it take to change a tire?" You and the president.
Well, now remember, Tom, there are many fine Polish people.
No, I'm just saying. One of his. I'm taking the part of one of his buddies.
God,
My goodness.
retired.
That's what he said.
I didn't know Lech was still around.
I didn't
Oh, by
either.
the way, update: Joey Heatherton,
I would've
referenced
bet-
earlier in the show,
Oh,
still
Lord.
alive.
I would have bet any amount of money. Lech and Joey were both passed away.
Really?
They're also a couple. Very few people know.
I wouldn't have known that either.
Not a couple.
Wow.
Speaking of couples, there is a wait list for the motel room where fugitives Casey White and Vicky White stayed in Evansville, Indiana. According to a clerk at the Motel 41, 65 to 70 people were waiting to stay in room 150. This is just as of last week.
Does it have the den where she slept? You know, the beaver den?
Why are you obsessed with this beaver thing?
Have you seen her?
What's her name? Vicky White?
Yes.
They're not related, by the way.
No, they're not related. It reports Casey White and Vicky White had paid for a 2-week stay at the motel, and the room is where they stayed while authorities conducted the nationwide search for them. You'll recall Casey White was busted out of prison by guard Vicky White.
Let me see.
They had fallen in love 2 years ago.
What's the matter?
That's her face?
That's her.
Well, it was
Not
her
anymore.
face.
Oh, well.
Yeah. The clerk confirmed the room's rate to be a flat $75 per night. That's $12 more than the motel standard $63 rate.
She put a skylight in. Yeah.
Yeah, almost. After almost 2 weeks on the run, the pair were captured by Indiana authorities May 9th. You'll recall Casey surrendered to police, but Vicky White died as a result of a self-inflicted gunshot.
Oh, sorry.
Well, they
I
were.
didn't know that part.
They were fugitives
With guest stars, Andrew Pry.
Dean, will you remove that from his...
So people want to stay in the same room. They want to get that we're going to be
Sure
dead
they
soon
do.
vibe.
Yes, that's weird.
This is, sort of a
Are there
grisly-
any other famous hotel rooms?
Oh, I'm
Didn't Lincoln die in a hotel room? At an inn, right?
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Lincoln, Pat.
I think he said Lincoln.
That's,
I don't know.
In the back of a Lincoln, you mean?
There probably are a bunch of famous rooms like that.
There have to be. Wouldn't you think?
Well,
Yeah.
there's
I'm trying to
some that
think
are a little too...
Yeah, I think I know what you're
Yeah.
doing with this.
The Hotel Chelsea is a couple of rough ones.
Oh,
I didn't think about that.
Where Belushi passed away, probably at Beverly Hills or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they renumber?
I know that there are certain, like my nephew and his fiance just stayed at a room that Marilyn Monroe lived in at the hotel in California. So
Finally got the smell out. Huh?
Yeah. But they market it that way. You can
know
stay
what?
in the
Sure.
Marilyn Monroe.
That poor woman.
I absolutely knew that's what you were going to say.
Okay.
She was famous for.
She was famous for not bathing.
lack
he
of
says.
hygiene.
That's
I
right.
don't
How
know.
do you know
How
this?
is
She didn't even know
I know she was famous for other things, not for that.
Why do you think she was standing over that grate?
trying to dry it
Finally, we
off.
have some...
Trying to air it out.
Yeah. Boy.
Good Lord, this will never, smell will never come out. You're a monster. You know that.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, you didn't hear this from earlier, I bet.
What?
Jeff, our behind-the-scenes guy, is in the
This is
kitchen,
not even a story.
and he was,
Oh, you're embarrassed.
You know that it really happened because he's not...
Jeff was
it's not
bending over in the
interesting.
green room, and Tom farted on his head.
That is a
This
lie.
happened.
Jeff doesn't lie.
And Oscar came in
Jeff
here and goes,
does
you're
not
not going to
lie."
believe what just happened
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
why you wouldn't believe it.
It was awful.
Dad farted on Jeff.
Move on, please.
Well,
Do you want me to tell my Kiwi Rogers story?
I do.
I think Bird passed.
Kiwi Rogers is a comedian. We just heard his famous flipper piece.
Yeah. So I traveled with Kiwi on the road for the Bob and Tom comedy tour years ago, and I was on the phone talking to someone outside of the hotel, and Kiwi said, "Hey," and I said, "Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, Kiwi, what do you need?" He goes, "Hey, how about you let me come upstairs and rub up on that ass?"
How about you let me polite a question?
Right?
Almost.
What, and did you just say, no, thank you? Or?
Yeah, I did. I said, no, I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
You know what? Asked and answered.
There you go.
It must have worked at some point once.
Yeah.
All right, I just thought I'd check.
Yeah, hey, look.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, never bothered me again.
Good line.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, sorry, Christy, what else you got?
Virgin Atlantic aircraft had to return to Heathrow to replace a pilot that had not completed his final flying test. The plane was nearly 40 minutes into its journey to New York when the two pilots on board became aware of what the airline called a rostering error. The plane returned to Heathrow, where a replacement first officer was found. Virgin Atlantic insists safety was not compromised.
Well, then why even bother turning around?
I know. Why he could have made it across the ocean.
This could have been his final test.
Right, exactly.
That's
Pass
pretty-
this,
yeah.
you get.
Who's
you
going
win.
to Who's going to find out?
Right.
Maybe, well, if he's a first officer, probably the captain made that decision. The captain may not have wanted to fly with him.
If he's almost done, because the last thing I've read about this, the last thing you have to do is parallel park a 747.
Oh, and he hadn't quite.
And that's a bitch. Let's
Yeah,
face
sure,
it.
sure.
I mean, I haven't parallel parked since I got my driver's license.
Ridiculous.
Years ago.
Okay, this is going to sound so ridiculous, but I took some flying lessons. We all know that.
That
And
sounds
I had no idea that when the plane is on the ground, you don't steer it with the little steering wheel. You use the foot controls to move. When you're moving on the ground, you're steering with your feet.
Well,
and it's
that's
really discerning for a while.
Stupid.
Like a
That's
lawnmower?
simply not true. You steer with a steering wheel.
You steer the plane on the ground. The Cessna, you steer it with your feet.
you're not talking about a real plane.
Josh, your fantasies
Did
every
your feet
evening.
reach those pedals?
Don't you do a thing where you steer with,
Barely.
with your joystick?
That's right.
if you
Yeah.
will?
Hey, watch this. Only been in 7 accidents.
That's not
It's called
bad.
the Tommy Lee.
I'm sure there are pilots out there that are going, she's absolutely right. And you literally,
Then what's the steering wheel
flight
for?
instructor says take your hands away from the wheel.
That's what pulls the plane into the air.
Yeah,
when you
and back,
take off.
up and down.
I don't know about this.
Okay.
Here you go. Speaking,
I don't know about
this is from CBS News. Speaking of airplanes,
Yes.
this is kind of a rough start.
All right. Okay.
I'm warning.
We'll give you some leeway.
Everybody,
Just warning you.
I don't know.
Sure.
You better be going somewhere with this.
Recently released documents have indicated that a deadly Egypt Air crash in 2016 was probably caused by the pilot lighting a cigarette in the cockpit.
Wow.
CBS News says the 134-page document from French experts linked a fire on board the flight to a leak from the co-pilot's oxygen mask.
Oh, no.
And the combustion of a cigarette smoked by either the pilot or the co-pilot.
That's a night when the air catches on fire. That's a nightmare.
The sources say that black box recordings corroborate the French experts' report.
There has to be an alarming number of human error caused in these. I mean, there just has to be.
Well,
Can you imagine me as a pilot?
I didn't know the pilots were allowed to smoke.
I've seen you as a passenger.
Pilots aren't allowed to smoke.
They barely let me on the plane.
But if he's got control of the plane, who's going to tell him no?
No, you're allowed to smoke. You just have to light your cigarette before you light your friend's cigarette. I thought that was how it.
There you go. Or it's bad luck.
So here's the stupid question. I'm asking this honestly.
Oh, God.
Back in the day, was there ever a time in which the very complicated, do you even call it a dashboard? On an aircraft?
Control panel?
The control panel. Was there ever a day where there was a cigarette lighter?
Probably, because remember, you could smoke.
Wow, that is a good question.
I was alive when people
No, I'm
were
serious.
smoking.
I wonder if there was one.
Yeah.
You pushed it in.
It's right next to the altimeter.
You were alive. You remember people smoking on airplanes.
No, but I mean, in the cockpit.
I know.
That'd be kind of a badass pilot, Joe, talking with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
So,
let's get over this mountain.
The oxygen, obviously, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why the guy had his oxygen mask on.
Well, I don't think I think the implication is that the oxygen mask was somewhere near him.
Was it
and
leaking oxygen? Oh.
Yikes.
This is determined from the black box stuff.
So it was just leaking.
Yikes.
Wow. Okay. Not
The
really
last
a
thing
happy
said on the
story.
black box. Is it hot in here?
I bet
And then
not.
then you just heard.
We should have cracked the window.
That was good.
Oh, my God.
Except if you crack the window, it makes that.
Yeah. That's
So
whining.
annoying.
Yeah, your ears feel like they need to pop. Yeah.
And they're
yeah.
sucking the
Causes
pilot
that
out.
When you roll down the back window, you go. What causes
You know that if you
Can you
do
help
like
me?
back left down and
Yeah.
front right down, that'll even it out. That makes it fine.
That's what I do.
Maybe I'll do that. All right.
Okay, well, just shows you shouldn't smoke. Do you have to light a vape thing, Willie?
No, you don't. It's electronic.
But wouldn't that still ignite the oxygen if there's a spark?
I do not know. I don't
Yeah, if
think
it's
so.
a lithium battery.
So, yeah, okay. So.
Those were combusting for a while. In people's
Can you
pockets.
vape on
Don't
planes?
tell me that. I have lithium batteries in my house.
Can you
Well,
vape
you're
on a
dead.
plane?
You cannot, no.
No.
Okay, this would be a movie, Vapes on a Plane.
People try. Yeah.
Snake on a plane.
Okay, get rid of the
Airplane steering.
Okay.
Let's see.
You still don't believe it, huh?
I simply can't.
It would be kind of funny if you take off the plane steering wheel and you put on like a big pirate steering wheel, like a big wooden ship. I'd get a kick out of that. Nobody else would. Sorry to bother you.
Okay, here's one, Christy. You've had a couple of interesting, fun stories from Canada today, including the streets foaming over.
Yeah.
Here's one for you. Police in Canada say a school bus driver is facing stunt driving charges after he was caught speeding with children on board. The Upper Ottawa Valley Police say the officer stopped the bus driver for traveling 66 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour zone.
Oh, that's too fast.
The driver was charged with racing of a motor vehicle and speeding over the posted speed limit. And then in the photograph, you can see he's just about to go over a ramp and jump 15 motorcycles. Kind of a reverse of the classic tradition.
He's doing the
Evel Knievel?
Jumping a school bus.
Yeah.
Okay, I made up that last part.
I bet those kids were losing their minds. They're so excited. Like cheering him on. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, well, what the hell? Have some fun, buddy. I'm glad my kids weren't on board that.
Speaking of kids, an extension to a popular miniature train in Christchurch, New Zealand has city council approval, but only on the condition that, quote, the toots are kept to a minimum.
The toots are too loud? and too many, evidently.
Miniature trains have been clacking along tracks in Halswell Domain on most Sundays since 2003, attracting thousands of families each year. The board approval was subject to the understanding that, quote, tooting of the horn on the model engines would be for safety purposes only.
Safety.
Yes.
In case a mouse is on the track.
Yeah. I don't know how it could possibly be a problem, but...
Keeping toots to a minimum. Wasn't that a rule when you worked at Taco Bell? Try to cut back on the gaseous emissions.
Sure. I heard Oskay is trying to make it a rule here.
Yeah,
that's what I was about to say.
HR right now.
If you farted on his head.
Exaggeration. Right now, I want to talk to you about getting better sleep. This is Better Sleep Month. Did you know that? And now, Christy Lee?
Yes.
In traditional times, what is your sleep number?
45.
45. That's a relatively soft mattress. Chick McGee.
100.
That is a firm
I'm
mattress.
so happy with my sleep number bed. Yeah.
I love mine too. Josh, I know if I don't ask you, you get mad. What's your sleep number?
65. Thank you very much.
Okay. And you can adjust that at the touch of a button. So if you want to go to a firmer mattress at any given evening, just press the button. And then the other side of the bed can be whatever that person would want it to be. So the idea is everybody's happy because everybody has the firmness that they want. So you don't have to just get one mattress that has one firmness level. No, Sleep Number is fully adjustable. Other companies are trying to copy the technology, but Sleep Number is ahead of the game. Also, as a special treat right now, they have a $1,000 saving on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition Smart Bed. This is the one you've been hearing about. It'll help you get sleep in a number of ways because, A, it's adjustable. B, it'll tell you what you can do for better sleep based on the way that you are sleeping. It monitors what's going on in your life and in your bed. Queen beds now just $19.99. This is a limited time offer from the Sleep Number people. You'll find them, of course, and exclusively at Sleep Number stores. You can find them online. sleepnumber.com/BT show. That's sleepnumber.com/BT show. I know I love my Sleep Number bed. When we come back, we have a whose birthday it is next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, I have been doing lots of research, and now if you tell me who your favorite band is or what your favorite movie is or even what your favorite book is, I can tell you what you are saying about yourself.
Okay, Christy, can we start with you? Do you mind? Christy,
All right, favorite
My
band?
favorite movie.
Road-
Man,
is it
no
Roadhouse, did
movie.
we say?
Not Roadhouse.
Okay,
That's
not
the movie
Roadhouse.
that you can't turn away from.
Favorite movie?
My favorite movie.
Yes.
Breakfast at Tiffany with
Oh, my
Audrey
God.
Hepburn.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
boy, that's going to be a really mean one for me to start out on. I can
Ooh.
tell you what you're saying about yourself is, I'm not nearly as cute as I think I am. That's what that says about you. It's awful. It's,
okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I hate to start off on such a mean note.
I got you.
How about your favorite band, Christy?
Say Michael Bubble or
Can I
whatever.
say
the hell.
Maroon 5?
Sure,
Maroon
go ahead.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. If your favorite band is Maroon 5, what you're saying about yourself is, man, 10% off every purchase? This Gap credit card was the best decision ever.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
We learn a lot on the Bob and Tom Show during the course of the day. Today, no exception. We'll be back in a matter of moments with a look at what we learned today, as well as some history on this May 24th with Tom Griswold. That's on the way. We're not done with you yet. Sit back, relax. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom news update. 4 people fell off a Southern California ocean cliff before dawn yesterday in the Palos Verdes Estates area. 1 man was killed, 2 women critically injured. The 4th person was a man who suffered minor injuries. He was able to climb back up from the beach below and alert a passing officer about what was going on. The women were airlifted from the beach. Authorities say both are hospitalized in critical condition, and police are investigating the event as an accident. A man who, as a child, had a small role in the 1975 movie Jaws has ended up being the police chief of the Massachusetts island where part of the movie was filmed. Jonathan Seal got the job of police chief of Oak Bluffs last week. Says he's elated, humbled, and honored about that. In the movie, Cyril played one of the 2 boys who panicked beachgoers swimming around with a fake shark fin. We all remember that. And a small brewery in Finland is offering a taste of freedom with flavor. Olal Brewing is out with a NATO-themed beer to mark Finland's bid to join the Western Military Alliance. The Otan Lager features a blue label with a cartoon of a beer-drinking medieval knight in metal armor emblazoned with NATO's compass symbol. Even the name of the beer is clever. It's a play on Finnish expression Otan Oluta, which means I'll have a beer, and of course backwards from the French abbreviation for NATO, OTAN. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Here at the Bob and Tom Audio Institute, we catalog key pieces of audio for archival and historical purposes. We continually research and examine significant pieces of audio to ensure their accuracy and validity. Today, we look at the first ever recording by Thomas Edison, where in 1877 he successfully recorded the following on a primitive wax cylinder.
A little piece of practical poetry. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
The distinguished staff here at the Bob and Tom Audio Institute noticed the labeling method used by Mr. Thomas Edison. This famous piece of audio was labeled 05TE for Thomas Edison, 02. Knowing this format is the industry standard to this day, we here at the Institute theorize there must be a 05TE01. After years of research and investigation, we have uncovered the following audio cylinder. This is the very first ever recording by Mr. Thomas Edison.
Okay. The first words I spoke in the original phonograph. Here we go. What's
This has been a Bob and Tom Audio Institute exclusive. Thank you for joining us.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Like every time you get on the plane, they talk about the flotation seat. Like if you go down, if you crash in the ocean, then this seat will float. 2 planes out of 100 go overseas. 98 out of 100 stay right here. So if you want to make me happy, you show me a seat that's going to bounce out of a cornfield. That's what I want. This is what that's everything just confused.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr.
Special.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hi, Chick.
Hey, there's Jess Hooker.
Hello.
She's here. There's Ace Cosby. Hey, dude. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. He had 2 jokes today, back to back, I think.
Yes, indeed.
There's Willie Griswold. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
We like to answer questions that we ask.
All right.
We were talking about a tragic plane crash several years ago.
Pan Am 103.
No, not that one. We talked about that one earlier. But in this one, if you'll recall, they determined from examining the black boxes, et cetera, that the apparently it was caused by a leak in the oxygen in the cockpit, and it was ignited when the pilot apparently lit a cigarette. I was asking, did they ever have cigarette lighters on the dashboards of aircraft?
And?
Got this from Greg in Michigan. Greg is a private pilot. He used to own a 1954 Piper Tri-Pacer. He said it had a cigarette lighter right on the instrument.
Wow.
No kidding.
Oh, those were different times.
Well, they were. And a lot of those, smaller aircraft didn't even have windows. I mean, they were kind of open cockpit. They were... they had windows, but you could open the windows.
Right. You could absolutely open them.
Easily, because they're under 10,000 feet.
One of those biplanes. Be hard to keep it lit.
No, that's not what I meant.
I thought
you can open a window.
I thought she meant you were encased in the plane, and that was your final exam. You couldn't have windows. You couldn't see out.
I would fly in a
that's
biplane.
how Lindbergh
me
flew
too.
across.
I would happily be a passenger in a biplane. I've always wanted to.
Did you see the thing over the weekend where the guy was he was a former I forget Navy pilot or something, and he was turning 100, and he went up in a biplane.
No,
with this other guy.
That is cool.
So much fun.
And the Spirit of St. Louis doesn't have a windshield, right?
He hangs his.
He had to hang his head out.
That's because they had to put a gas tank up front. So that's super balls to get in that thing.
And thank you, Nathan. Hello. I've been a pilot for 20 years. Christy's 100% correct. You steer with your feet in smaller aircraft. Larger aircraft, you steer with your feet. And if you need a little extra turn, they have something called a tiller,
which is
that the
steering
captain
wheel.
Controls with their left hand.
When I'm driving and texting, I steer with my knees. Doesn't everybody?
Well,
I don't know about
to
this
steer with my knee. I'm texting.
I don't know if I trust that so-called pilot.
Oh, really?
Okay. Could we move on here?
Time now for Today in History.
I looked it over very
Anything
quickly.
to do with Lindbergh, America's finest Nazi? Anything at all?
We do have, once again, we have this great piece of
Madison
comedy.
Square Garden.
Please, here we go.
That's it?
So you see, Dave was at the door.
Sure.
It's it's Tommy Chong's birthday. Happy birthday.
All right.
Born in
All right.
1938.
Whoa.
Wow.
He's older than my mom.
Holy hell. He's coming up on it, right?
Wow.
Now,
84?
because I probably shouldn't even read this because you'll get angry if I do.
No, we're going to get angry either way, so go ahead.
1844, the first Morse code message tapped out by Samuel Morse.
You've got to be kidding me.
Don't you feel like this happens every 3 months?
Yes. Yeah. Seems like we have this.
And then he
Wasn't there a famous song featuring the Morse code, Tom?
Well, that's just Morse code.
It's what experienced operators mean by
I love
smooth
this song.
sending when they say another operator has a good fist.
That's right. A good, tasty fist.
Oh, well, I must say, Mr. Maplethorpe, that you have a good fist. Do you know what the first message was?
Watson, I'm home.
No, something
Come in
about
here? Yeah.
what had Goth Rod, or what had God Rod? Or
send nudes, heavy gnats.
Yeah, I'm sure that was it.
Well, that makes more sense.
Sure.
Sounds cool.
Let's see what else happened on this date. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade premiered in '89.
One of the most entertaining movies I've ever seen. I saw that at the drive-in, back-to-back with The Naked Gun.
Oh, that's a good night.
13-year-old Josh was overjoyed.
Was that the one with Sean Connery?
Oh, no, 11-year-old.
The first one?
Yeah.
Is that the one with the big rock, the big boulder?
No, that's the first. Raiders.
Because there was one.
This is the one with the Grail.
The third one he made was Spot the Stuntman instead of Indiana.
I'm gonna throw an easy one at you, Jess Hooker. Happy birthday. No, I'm not going to say what this guy did. I'm just
okay.
Happy birthday, 1866, Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit.
Really?
Any guesses?
Really? A brother of Celsius? Yeah.
Cousin.
Cousin. Okay,
Yes,
gotcha.
yes.
That's good. They always had a feud. Yeah.
Cousin Kelvin?
Yeah. Uncle Kelvin.
Uncle Kelvin.
Oh, didn't like the alliteration.
No, because we already had a cousin joke.
Well, you
I had to use the word
cousins,
joke lightly.
Dumb.
Oh, God. We'll try again.
By the way, now, you know, of course, the Fahrenheit scale.
Yes.
Famously, the first thermometer did not go in your mouth.
It went
In your butt?
in your butt.
Just like the previous Mr.
I was going to say armpit.
Mr. Fister.
Mr. Fister.
Josh, lastly for you. Easy one for Josh. Ready?
Yeah.
1879, Harry Burnett Reese was born.
Yes, you eventually went on to invent the peanut butter cup.
That's correct.
Oh, Reese Cups?
Reese's Cups.
Reese's, yeah.
Reese Cups.
Is that right?
Yes.
Reese Cups.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's stupid.
It's named after a guy?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Reese.
Mr. Reese.
Okay, there you go.
Oh. Hill Jacks.
Happy birthday, John C. Riley. Very fine.
Oh, I
actor.
know.
Back
Thank
to
you.
Biggie.
Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom show today. Yes, we're going through this again. We have to endure another Tom reading an autobiography section of our show. This time it's Alexander Hamilton.
By the way, he doesn't read them. He listens to them. It doesn't count.
And,
Yes, it is. It's exactly the same.
he has proclaimed Alexander Hamilton. He looked at us as if it was a new thought and said, you know, he was a brave man. We
really learned.
Other guys are retreating. Hamilton and George Washington would just ride into the bullets. Super.
Willie did some Colts merch shopping on the way back from New York's Ilia, New York.
The lovely Ilia, New York, man. I got a hat, I got a cooler, I got a sweater, I got a Quentin Nelson jersey, bottle opener, I got a fridge magnet bottle opener.
And as Josh said,
Pissed his check away. It was a segment we like to call Trust Fund Shopping.
Josh and Ace fought for a second. Josh told Ace to quit turning off his microphone before breaks because you never know.
Yeah, I hate that. Sometimes the jokes are flying and you
When
just don't
Josh
want...
is going to be fun. We heard about The Fugitive again with Tom, and Tom farted on a coworker in the green room. Right on his head.
The Fugitive.
With
Thank you very much. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian John Campanera.
Vin Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips. Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game. You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep. Chipper Jones takes one on the outside. 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
Thanks to Jess Hooker for stopping by today. Coming up on Wednesday, another Jessica Alsman, also from the Bits and Pieces podcast, and our comedian relationship expert, Allie Breen with Dear Allie. Tom likes to call it sexy time. That's coming up on Wednesday, our hump day. Don't forget, Friday, our Carb Day broadcast live from Speedway, Indiana. It's the Bob and Tom Show Carb Day broadcast as we get ready. Final practices for the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500 will take place Friday at the track. They call it Carb Day. It's a big party. There's concerts, there's fun, frivolity, the final day of practice. And in the morning, the Bob and Tom Show will be live on the air from Speedway, Indiana with actor Drew Powell. Former two-time winner Al Unser Jr. scheduled to appear, as well as Duke Tomato and the Power Trio and those brass-to-mouth horns. Oh, my gosh, it's going to be so much fun. That's coming up this Friday morning, the Bob and Tom Show Carb Day broadcast right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. And don't forget about Race Day morning as well, live this Sunday, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. We get you set for the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500. The Indy 500 Race Day morning broadcast going to be live right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. I'll be there in the infield running around. Mark Allison, going to be fun. Hope you can join us. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Jason Tatum scored 31. Celtics pounded the Miami Heat last night early. They jump out to a 26-4 lead and cruise a 102-82 win that evened the Eastern Conference Finals at 2 games apiece, Game 5 in Miami. NHL playoffs, Tampa Bay Lightning complete a 4-game sweep of the Panthers, a 2-0 win, and Colorado beat St. Louis by a score of 6-3. Interleague action in Major League Baseball. Cardinals beat Toronto 7-3. Arizona over Kansas City 9-5. American League winners Baltimore, Minnesota, Cleveland, and Seattle. And in the National League, Pittsburgh, the Cubs, Dodgers, Philly, the Mets, and San Diego all win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, this is Tom. Coming up Wednesday morning in the Bob and Tom Show. She's so nice and so beautiful, and she's our sex correspondent. It's Allie Breen.
Can someone please just let women know that this will only make us cheat again?
No, it won't.
You
That's-
still will. Yeah.
At last, we hear from a clear-thinking American man.
That's Wednesday morning in the Bob and Tom Show.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello.
Thanks very much for joining us. Coming up later today, Chick McGee is going to be milking a cow. And we will be filming this and broadcasting it tomorrow, I hope. I've received some letters about this. Chick,
go.
Steve,
I'm sure we have some experts out there.
Yeah, we have a lot of people.
Well, isn't everything more done by machine? I mean,
Dear Chick, while milking the cow, beware of the cow's tail.
Yeah,
it is. It is covered in the stuff that cows, the
waste.
Yeah, when it tries to swat a fly, it might swat your face. So be sure to keep your mouth closed. Now, Chick, knowing you, you're probably a better milker with your left hand. Ha get it?
No, I'm a right-handed.
Oh, you're a righty. You milk,
righty.
You milk with the right. Oh, I thought I switched it around. I'm sorry. So anyway, that'll be.
Bob's left-handed. I'm right-handed.
No, but I thought you. I thought you were a
ambidextrous when it came to.
When you.
I thought that you felt. Never mind.
I feel like someone else if you use
Yeah,
your
thank
left hand.
Oh, my God.
No.
You've turned this into a sick, twisted. All I wanted
Christy,
You're the one who was going to mount the cow yesterday.
All I wanted was a little music.
Christy Lee is at the news desk. What else have you got over there, Christy?
Did you want to talk about this invisibility thing?
Sure, if you want to do that for Bob.
I want to hear more.
I think Bob wants to hear this.
Bob was not here on Monday. For those of you who've already heard this,